I'm not ready for the day. Hold on, my allergies are bothering me. Ain't no hairbrush back here? This is crazy. Child, I'm not walking up there to get no hairbrush. Oh, wait a minute. Here go one. I know I gotta get this stupid surgery today. Listen, I am so stressed out. OMG. Oh, I don't wanna do it. I don't wanna. I don't wanna. Let me tell you something. I was so stressed out last night thinking about it. I fell asleep. I just couldn't even. My mind just wouldn't even let me process it. I'm like, oh, just as much as I knew it was coming. This surgery had got rescheduled twice. And it was because I'm over here having babies and all this other stuff. So the fact that we are even actually here now, I'm just like, so it's not like I didn't know about the surgery. I knew about the surgery. See, the thing about the surgery is I have to get the surgery done while I'm awake. The first time I had to get the surgery done while I was awake because I was pregnant. Now I have to get the surgery done awake because I just had a baby and they don't want to put me to sleep. So to get that type of surgery, I've had this type of surgery done before. It is the most unpleasant. I don't even know where to start at. And it's not one of the most major surgeries. I'm not saying that. I'm definitely not saying that. But to get that done while you're up, that is a different experience. I've had this surgery done several times, and it is not the most pleasurable thing. You are going to feel things that you didn't even think you were going to feel. It is horrible, y'all. Oh, I just want to pass out just thinking about it. And by the way, I'm not actually getting up. I've been up since 4. My day starts at 4. Most days, you guys wonder why I have bags under my eyes? I get at the most 2 to 4 hours of sleep every single night. That's how busy my schedule is, y'all. 2 to 4 hours sleep. And I am graced by whatever higher power if I make it to 4. 4 is a unheard of number. Sometimes I'm just walking around. Oh, I can't even tell you how my body feels. And especially being an older woman. Really? What? Yeah, I don't think people understand. Since I do help so many other people, what it entails and what you have to be a very unselfish person to do this. It's just all I'm saying. You have to be very, very, very unselfish. Because it is not about you. It's about everyone else but you. And there's no reward. And not saying I'm looking for a reward, and my wording's off because I haven't slept well and, whatever. Not that I'm looking for a reward, but it's a lot more heartache and headache than what people think it would be. And it's actually quite bothersome. You're very irritated. You're very This is the thing about helping young adults. We were all once young adults, and we all thought we knew everything, just like every other young adult living. We all thought we knew everything. And the older we got, and the older that we got, and the older we got, we realized that we were all dumb as too. There's that reality. Hey Karen, yes, the reality is Karen knew everything growing up. I knew everything growing up. Mac knew everything growing up. We all knew everything. And then when you get to a certain age, like at this grown age, you realize that you have this vast vault of all this knowledge, but you realize that even you too are still learning. You learn until you go to heaven, and you learn how to live life and maneuver. And as much as you know, you still learn more every day. And when you become the problem is when you do not admit or don't even bother to try to continue to learn. Because any grown up will tell you, hey, at 60, 70-year-old, I got a lot of answers, but I'm still learning. But when you shut all that down and you refuse to learn and you're just walking forward like, yeah, I know it all, sir, ma'am, you become part of the problem. Because if a 60, 70-year-old with all that vast knowledge knows something, but then here you are, and they're still learning, but here you are in your 20s, 30s, 40s, you know it all. That's mind boggling to me. Shawnee Joseph, hey, I'm all right. Getting ready to go. Thank you. Thank you for the gift. Thank you. I'm getting ready to go to surgery, you guys. Well, okay, let me explain. So I'm not just going straight to surgery. Since I just had a baby, I have to go see 3 doctors. I have to get everything signed off on. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. So I still have to go see these 3 doctors, and I still have to get this approval, and I still gotta, we gotta do it today. Listen, I'm kind of like, if we're gonna do it, let's do it. I'm already like psyching myself out. Let me see. I think people get the way when they get married or get too comfortable in faith without doing the self-reflection. Anyways, be safe. Doctor goes, okay, child. Oh my gosh. To get bone replacement, and I agree, to get bone replacement while you are awake. Have you ever smelled bone on a drill? It's just something I just can't even. Shake it off, Granny. Don't let it get in your mind. Don't let your mind see it. Did you say that you were 67? First of all, I'm not 67, and I did have a baby. Yeah, I did. IV. I had a baby for somebody. Is that okay with you, Daniel? For a family member, is that okay? Yes, that was something I did for a family member. So it wasn't even my child. It was for a family member because they were not able to carry their baby full term. They've had several pregnancies and their babies never made it to full term. So they were producing 1, 2 pound babies. So yes, I did. Mm. Yes, I definitely did. And I went almost 2 months early. We were gonna go a month early, but I went. Oh no, I did. It was 2 months. 2 months. So everything worked out. But yeah, Daniel. So I don't know if you were trying to be funny or I don't know what you were trying to do, but yeah. Yeah, I did. And I didn't use my own eggs. I didn't use any of that. I myself, I can still get pregnant, you know. I know people think that you can't have babies at this age, but yes, you can. Hey, Drake's dad. I couldn't believe Granny was pregnant. I seen you out there cutting grass. Oh yeah, it was crazy work. Thank you, Destiny. It was crazy work. In my mind, that process was gonna be so much easier. Okay, way back when, I don't know if anybody remembered me doing a skit with my sister or whatever it is. That's when it started popping off in that time frame. It started popping off before that. Anybody who's been watching me for over a year, the signs were all there. They were actually all there because people know I exercise. People know I do this. People know I do that. I used to have to lie about why I couldn't exercise. Um, Nobody bothered to pick up on why I just quit exercising altogether. I even tried to play it off and act like I was exercising every now and then. No, it wasn't trying to be funny, and it was very serious. Man, Dan, it was a little crazy. It was a little crazy. In my mind, I thought it was going to be a lot easier. I want to say this, but I don't want to seem like a really bad person when I say this, but I'm going to say it anyways. To me, it was a very irritating feeling. That's really the only way I can describe it. You can say I'm a jerk, you can say I'm an idiot, you can say whatever. I don't really care. I don't. Um, when people are doing that, everybody wants to make it seem like they have this good heart, good heart, good heart. 99% of the people that do that, they do that for a check. And what you get paid for doing that isn't what you think you get paid. It's not an easy process. It's not, I didn't get paid for doing it. So, but I'm telling you this for a reason. Like I said, a lot of people have good hearts, but the only time when it comes to people doing that, the only time you really run into the good heart scenario, majority of the time, is when you're somebody doing it for someone else, or you meet somebody doing it for someone else that they actually know. Like I said, most of the time they're doing it for a check. Now, with that being said, so here's a woman that didn't do it for the check. I'm sorry if I offended you. I didn't mean to. Have a good evening. Have a good evening. Well, what time is it where you're at? I don't know. Not cute today. So, anyways, so where were we at? Okay, so carrying someone else's baby, to me, the whole experience was very irritating. Because here's a baby you're not bonding with. Here's a baby that's just moving around and just, you're going through motions and you're sleepy and you're tired. And let's just go with the moving around. Moving around. We'll just start there. Moving around. Sweetie, I definitely don't have fleas. The lies you tell. The lies you tell. The lies you tell. But it is a little irritating, like I said, because you have something that you know is in there and it's moving, and babies moving in your belly just aren't even like the most pleasurable experiences anyways. It's like an odd feeling. But then when you feel it, you're kind of like, I don't know if I want to say irritated, but that's kind of the word I want to use. You hear something in there moving around, and you're going to the doctor, and it's something at the end of the day, like when you're pregnant, you're like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna end up with this baby. This is my prize. This is what I got. But when you're doing this, there's no prize at the end of the rainbow. You know what I mean? Now, in this case, I will get to be around the baby because, once again, a family member, whatever it is. But I don't know. It's different. It ain't for everyone. It's something. If I was younger, I'd never ever do it again. Good morning, Big Red. Yeah, I'd never do it again. Never. Never, 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 never. So when I see people doing this, they are helping others, but that's how I know you're doing it for a check, because it's not the most pleasurable experience. It just ain't. I don't want to lie to anybody. It just ain't. I know you might be looking for a certain answer, or expect a certain answer, or want a certain. It ain't. So what are we up doing today, guys? I'm getting ready to go have bone replacement surgery. I'm trying to hype myself up. I had to sneak back here because my sister, she works from home, you guys. And our voice, she does like video, online video calls. So My voice, anybody's voice, just travels through the house up there. So, yeah. Hey, free my granny. Good morning, Granny, aka the Oracle. Listen, Granny is oracled out. If okay, yesterday I was riding down the road and I seen somebody and I knew they were in need and it was a child, you guys. And I felt, and I'm not saying they were in need right then because I would have definitely stopped. But I had to tell myself because my instinct was to pull over. Hey, where's your parents at? I'll follow you to the house, or can we call your parents, or because I have this to offer. And I had to tell myself, no, don't do it. And it's something that kind of hurt my heart because that's not what I do. But sometimes I have to take self accountability for myself because me helping people can actually make me homeless. This is what you guys fail to realize. You have to realize I am one person. I have bills, I have surgeries, I have a life, I have this, I have that. Girl, I help for sure, but you got to help yourself. God be with you through surgery. Thank you. And see, this is the thing. I spend a lot of money, a lot of money. I pay people's rent. I pay people's utilities. I buy children's school clothes on the regular, groceries, you name it, car repairs, however I can help. I don't put a limit on what I'll do for somebody. I haven't even recovered from the school clothes I bought. And here's the thing. All those children I bought school clothes for, I bought a couple weeks worth. Then I went around and bought more so that way they'd have, just like a month's worth to get them started. I still have to go back and buy all those children's stuff. It's not cheap. We're talking about children wearing $200 shoes. And here's the thing. I'm not going to treat them children any different. And here's why. Because today's a different than my own. Today's a different day. The way the world works, school ain't about school no more. School is about a fashion show. School is about, what we think it's about, it's never been. Half the reason, I don't want to say half. A lot of children drop out just because they don't even have the proper school clothes to wear to school. Because once again, what the meaning of school really is, that went out the door many years ago. A lot of children, you guys pay attention, especially when you get in those high school years. A lot of children will not go to school because they don't want to be teased by the other children because they can't dress like them. And that's a sad reality. A very, 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 very sad reality. Blessings on top of blessings. Well, you know what? This is the thing. I'm giving blessings, but my life is not this blissful, easy. My life itself is very traumatic. I got a lot going on. I have things hitting me just since I've been up today. That's why I say I keep so much of my stuff private. If you knew what I went through in just the last 2 hours, most people just roll over and go back to bed because they would be that disgusted. So the fact that I've even got up, I've done some mentoring. I mentored the kids till age 35, the ones that are in the streets. I've called somebody's grandmother, made sure their ride is going to get them so she can go to her doctor appointment because I can't take care of her. Now, them are all the things I'm supposed to do. And that's just a couple of them. But if you go with my own personal life, and life is, since I've been up, I'm just letting you know. Life is hard, and if that young lady thinks you can just sit and do nothing, oh, listen, Big Red, let me talk about this heifer. Life lessons, prayers to you. Everybody, let's give our girl a prayer. And we're just going to say that. Stay fishing, good morning. It's crazy because how many of us on here have, I'm not going to put business out there. Not, she don't have nothing made, no, very, very major, but prayers to very, very, very major. Let me rephrase that. I'm sorry. I'm underslept. Mind ain't functioning. I'm stressed out. This stupid surgery. I don't tell anybody's business, but what she has going on isn't nothing to be ashamed of or anything like that. But yes, this person right here, Life Blessings, definitely needs prayers more than anybody right now. What I'm going through is minor compared to what they're going through. Very, very, very minor. Very minor. You know I am about that. My dad, child, don't, yeah, that's a touchy subject for me. So, not that I'm discrediting that, but unless you want me to cry, we just won't even. Because we'll all be on here crying. Every last one of us. We're just not even going to walk into our day. We're just not. We're just not going to do it. Life is hard enough. And at this present point, we're not going to make it any harder. Yes, I agree. Every day, life slaps. Big Red, let me tell you something. Life has lifed me for so long. Let me tell you what really does it for me. Here's one thing that really, really, really affects my life. Good morning, you're beautiful. All respect, New Jersey in the building. Hey, hey, Donnie. Good morning. I have 2 children with mental health. They're grown, okay? High functioning. One's smarter than the other one's, thriving. Now, are they presidents? No. Are they working at Walmart? No, but they're doing it, okay? Let me tell you about my older autistic son. He has a woman. His woman's mother went to heaven and left behind young children. Do you know what my son is doing? He's working and now fathering those children. He's a provider for those children and will be the rest of those children's life. So I ain't tripping. I ain't tripping. Therefore, that one there, I did something right. I did something right. Mental health is different for everyone. A lot of it have mental health and it was just never diagnosed. We're gonna call that thing a thing. Oh my God, CJ, I hope the surgery goes well too. I don't even wanna I don't even I'm trying to keep it, that's why I'm on live. I'm just trying to mentally prepare. Listen, I've been outside doing yard work since 5. I'm running in and out. I'm mentoring. I'm doing yard work. I'm doing everything just to take my mind. I just don't even. But anyways, so we'll just talk about the mental health alone. I got this one child, y'all. I got children that have been in college. Out of 10 children, they're all going to do something different. I'm not saying I got 10. I'm just saying you can have 10 children. Don't think all of them are going to win. Don't think all of them are going to lose. They're all going to take different paths. They're all going to have their own personalities. I never claim to be a perfect person. Okay, I never claim to have children that don't make mistakes. I never claim to be any of this. That's one thing about it. I'm very transparent on this. So anybody that watches my videos knows I'm a very down to earth person. I just don't play that shit because I realize life is so. That's why I go back and I mentor others. Like West Indies, stuff like that. I don't even mentor people like that in real life, you guys. That's very, hey, Ghetto Planet. Hey, hey, hey. There's my baby. Listen, Ghetto Planet, if you guys ever hear me say anything about Ghetto Planet, is one of my long time people. This person, you'll never know his name or anything like that, but there's a chance. I'm just a firm believer this person is going to do something great to contribute to the world. And if we were to know that person's name, and we don't want to know it, keep it secret. But if we were to know that person's name, one day I believe that name will be in the paper, and I believe it will be for doing something great. That's all I say. That's all I'm saying. Love you forever. Thank you, Donnie. Thank you for subscribing. Now, what was I saying? It was a good life lesson, but my baby Ghetto Planet threw me off. What was I saying? Gosh darn it. Somebody tell me where I was, because I just really forgot just that fast. It was a good message somewhere. I don't know. I don't know. I can't remember what I was saying. Y'all, what was I saying? Life blessings. What was I saying, baby? What was I saying? I'm gone. My mind is gone. What was I saying? 'Cause I know I was going in a good direction. Okay. I got this one son. You guys always hear me talk about this one daughter, okay? This one daughter of mine is so smart. You guys, my allergies are on 5,000 too. So let's remember this. And I feel like crap right now. I have a story about myself too. I have some savage ways. I'm ignorant. Just because I save people and all this other stuff, I still am an imperfect person. I just am, okay? I got this one daughter of mine alone. She is so savage, boy. I don't know what's wrong with that girl. She's either saving lives or being savage. And her savage level, mine is here because I'm getting old. Hers is, whew, like, I always tell men, just look at her, don't date her. Just don't date her. Because I'm going to have to save you. Don't date her. But anyways, I got this one son. And what's so crazy, she got a heart of gold. See, we crash out over here, but we crash out in different ways. Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely going to do something great. I've said that from day one. I've supported from day one. My answer has never changed about Ghetto Planet at all. And that's just because we shared a lot with each other and whatever it is. And I have total faith it's going to happen. And I'm waiting for the day that person, Ghetto Planet, reaches out to me and says, hey, Granny, I did. So right now, Ghetto Planet's just laying down the foundation, the footwork, and maneuvering through. But yeah, and I will share it on here. If Granny's still living up and running, I will share it on here. And all I will do is be like, hey, I freaking told you so. I mean, I'm just a firm believer. Beautiful from New Orleans. I don't know. Looking like a little dirty foot right now. Ghetto Planet. Have I not told you that from day one? You're very pretty. No, usually I am very pretty, but right now, let me tell you something. I do not treat my body right, guys. I don't. And I am like one of the healthiest eaters, one of this, one of that. But since I just give so much of myself, I'm telling you guys, 2 to 4 hours sleep is what I get every single night. I don't want to lie. It's times where I go without eating. I might eat once a day, not because I can't afford it, and I'm far from rich, you guys. So I don't want you to think I'm getting into the Maserati outside, because that ain't it. Because my schedule is so jammed, packed, where I can't fit anything in. That's why the other day, I was riding down the road and I seen this child, and my heart just wanted to pull over and, hey, what can I do to help? Call your parents, let me talk to them. I had to tell myself no. No. You can't pick any, you can't. I'm going to cry. Let Granny light her cigarette. You put a battery in my back. I have work to finish. Thank you. I love you, Ghetto Planet. You don't lose that battery. How am I going to brag about you? Come on now. I love you, Ghetto Planet. Have a good day. I'm sorry, that bothers me, y'all. That I don't get to help somebody. Hold on. You better not tell anybody I cried. Don't tell anybody I cried. Shake it off. I'm sorry, I get sensitive about that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Shake it off. Shake it off, Granny. That just really, it just really bothers me. Oh, don't cry, Granny. Don't let them know you're soft inside. Okay, why am I crying? Because I'm riding past a child that has clothes on that don't fit it. Shoes are falling apart and flapping. Alright, you guys, I'm not gonna cry anymore. I promise. I'm done crying. I'm not gonna cry anymore. Not gonna cry anymore. Oh, yes, I am. Damn it. Shake it off, lady. What is wrong with you? Shake it off. Shake it off. You can't save the world. Shake it off. Shake it off. Yeah, that really hurt my heart. That hurt my heart. Because here's a child I know I could have helped. A child that know I physically see this child needed my help. Oh, I feel like crap, y'all. And a lot of times I say F it and I just do it. But I had to tell myself, I'm like, you need $20,000 worth of surgery. Tomorrow, remember, I seen this person yesterday. I'm like, you are only going to get a fourth of your surgery done because you're paying for everything out of your pocket. I had to think about myself for once. And it didn't leave me with the best feeling. It didn't. It just didn't. Good morning, Cam. Good morning, Anthony. I love you, Cam, for life. I had a lot of surgeries done in the past on my head and my stomach when I was 6 months old because I had. Oh my gosh. And here you are, CJ, with us. You guys, CJ is my basketball star, by the way, you guys. You guys say hi to CJ. CJ and Cam, they are special to me. They are our youngest of the group. And they both have individual stories. And I love them both. They're both my babies, you guys. So you'll see them periodically. Yes, you guys. And that's right. I'm smoking an NP. It really hurt my heart that I couldn't help that child. And then after I drove away from the child, I turned back around to go look for the child. And the child was gone. Because at one point I said, F it. I'm just going to do it anyways. And I couldn't even find the child. So even when I changed my mind and said, you know what, I'll figure it out, I couldn't even find the child. That's what really gave me that second. It let me know at that present time that I was so selfish that I had the child right there in my eyesight. And I'm over here worried about myself and these surgeries. And I couldn't help the child, and I never worried about myself. But I was selfish and I worried about myself. And this child walked away and won't get any of the help it needed. So no, I'm not feeling good about that. Scott, I'm definitely not a loser, baby. I do too much for my community. You could never. You don't even know a person like me. You could never. Find you someone else to play with. A loser, let me tell you something. A loser is a person like you that gets on there and addresses. Now, this is where I mentor others. Let me mentor you. Am I going to little girl you or am I going to little boy you? Okay. Your parents have failed you in many, many ways, and let me explain to you why. Never in my life would I approach an elder woman and even say such a thing. And I don't care what that elder woman did to me because I'm going to conduct myself how I'm supposed to conduct myself. That's how I know your parents failed you. I mean, we're just going to start there. Have I showed myself to be trash? What have I done to make you think I'm trash? Especially when you get on here. This is how I know you're. When you get on here and you see a woman crying, she's devastated that she couldn't help a child. Does that logically even? How does your mind work? What type of individual are you? What type of weirdo? Your community, your family has failed you in many, many, many ways. First of all, you don't see all this gray hair? I'm like really a grown woman. Are you serious? Scott, she's done more than you did in the past month. So hush, dude. Child. Loser. Loser. Total loser. Total loser. Total what type of weirdo? That's like me going right now to a woman appears to be my elder, or she doesn't even have to be my elder, a elder. And me just walking up to her, or a man, just walking up to her or him with a random conversation that I wish I had a GoPro on me all day long so you could really see the difference between me and you. My words will never do it justice. If you truly see how much of my day I take to help others and the things I'm doing, I just had a baby, y'all. Yesterday alone, I can't tell you how many elders alone I assisted. Over this many. Over this many. And I'm the type of person where I'm walking them to the car, I'm making sure they get home, like all of that. I really address my elders as I should. See, one thing about us men, men, you are supposed to protect women, okay? Men and women, you are supposed to protect your elders. I'm just saying. And the children. Anybody a certain age, all the way to elderhood, it is our job to nurture the children. But we missed the memo. We're so busy just trying to say this, trying to say that. Ever since Charlie Kirk was assassinated, it woke me up to do better than I was yesterday. Nowadays, these people don't want to hear truth. Oh, people don't like truth. She's a beautiful woman, just beautiful. I don't know. I don't know about that. Definitely. Have a good day. Have a good day, Donnie. Granny didn't mean to cry, but I just really felt bad that I didn't help that child. I know I can't take on any more people to help, but I myself, I feel bad. I should have did what my gut instinct told me. And in the same breath, I do have to tell myself not to take on no more cases. You guys got to remember, I don't do this for an agency. I do this myself. This is my own funding, my own, just like what I make off YouTube. That's not what I spend on them. So not only I'm spending my own money on them. And sometimes I have to tell myself, hey, you know, you just can't. You're doing enough. And it hurts me when I have to say that. Leave it in God's hands and have positive thoughts. Positive thoughts bring positive things. Thank you, Donnie. Thank you. Sometimes I need to hear that because I get so down on myself because I just feel like I'm not doing enough. I'm just not. But we're not gonna we're not gonna beat that. We're not gonna beat that bush. We're just not. We're just not. Yeah, I definitely don't do enough. And that bothers me. It's like I have a certain expectation on the people I should help and how I should help them and what I should do. And I just cut myself so short because oh my God, I'm on overload. I make it look good, y'all, but you guys got to remember I have my own life. I have my own situations. I just have, I have a life just like you guys. I have a lot, life isn't any different for me. And my life is rough. It is hard, y'all. In my own life alone, I probably cry about five times a day. And I'm a tough, tough, for tough. Not much can break me. But I got this one situation in my life that I've dealt with for so long. Breaks me every day, all day long. I get it. I feel like I'm supposed to be doing more than what I'm not. Yeah, true story. And it's making me feel like I'm not doing anything worth of the Lord's kingdom. That's right. It's like, all right, so let me just brief rundown. Not a lot of people in the room, but let me just, if anybody's like, why does Granny want to help all these people? Why does Granny want to do all these things? Okay. Young person, made mistakes, made decisions, made choices, just like everyone else. I know everybody's sick of hearing the story, so I'll keep the rundown just real quick, okay? Had a baby at a young age. Had another baby at a young age. By the 19, I was a full-fledged parent. First one at 15, okay? Was with that father for over 10 years, into my 20s. Met that father. I have two children's fathers, but those first two children were by that man. I decided at that point in time that life was hard. I didn't want to struggle. So I was going into the streets. I wanted to be a pharmaceutical salesman because that's what I wanted to be. I took that path. It happened fast. Um, I didn't want to lay with men for money. And I don't want to make it seem like I was a single parent because I was not. That would be a lie. I don't want to lie. I don't want it. But I still had a family I had to hold down with or without a man in the house, whatever it is. So not only did I work, but I was in the streets. And that's what I did. I started helping people way back then. I actually started helping people when I was 16, 17. But by the time I was 18, 19, I was able to help people financially. I put decades into the streets. I've helped buried people. I've helped buy groceries. I've bought furniture. Anything, car, anything you can think of doing for somebody, I have done it. Anything. paying a doctor bill, you name it, I've done it. Um, when I say I chose the streets, okay, I think I explained how that was. Never in house, never used my body. It was very dangerous. I've had people try to unalive me over this many times. I just turned 57, helping people all my life. I'm 57. I still work hard to help, but I'm tired. I gotta look out for me, but Granny, why do I feel so bad? So do you understand why I'm over here crying? I feel like S-H-I-T. Good morning, Jill. Good morning, Casey. Oh, I feel so bad. I don't even want to talk about that one subject no more because I'm just going to cry again because I should have helped that child when they were right in front of me. That's what I should have did. And honestly, if I would have had money, I didn't have my purse. I didn't have my purse. I only had my credit card. If I had my purse, worst case scenario, I would have gave the child money right out of my purse. That's why the helping didn't even actually go down because I didn't have my purse. Because I would have said, well, you know what? I would have told myself, you know what? You can't help this child long term, but you can help this child right now. Had I had my purse, if I had whatever money I had in there, the child would have got just to go buy the clothes it needed. So I just don't even want to think about it, y'all. I'm sad. That kind of hurt my feelings. Yes, good morning, Jill. You should write a book. I tell my children all the time, you should write a book. You listen, you know what home invasions are like. You've experienced so anything. Anyways, with things being said, I've just been given too many chances at life to not help people. You see what I'm saying? Now, I might not deliver the way you would deliver. I'm not the person you are. I might not talk. And this is the sugar-coated version. Who you see on here, see, I have the business vocabulary and the business voice are from the streets. What you're getting right now, this is just YouTube filtered. Okay, this ain't even who I am. This isn't how I talk. This isn't how I act. Yes, from Chicago, born to be white woman in the 60s, huh? These YNs are disrespectful. Child, that's a whole nother level. We won't even go there. Nobody that young should pass away. I'm just glad the boy. Oh my God, prayers. I'm definitely not washed up, baby. I'm definitely not. You guys, my allergies are killing me. You're washed up for saying that. Okay, you know what? What makes me washed up? What makes me washed up? You said it. Let's talk about it. What makes me washed up? Give me 3 good reasons I'm washed up. Give me 3. This is another. I'll take time to educate you. Give me 3 reasons. You said it. Let's talk about it. No, Cam, don't time people out, baby. Don't do that. You know how I am. Unless they're saying bad words, they're free to say whatever. You know, I'm always willing to give a learning lesson. Whatever. She was rich and I was black. Thrown into the system, life comes easy to the YNs. Yeah, sometimes you gotta. That's one of those people that think they know it all. And then do you have like me that comes and educates you on how life really works? You guys don't eat lemons. A lemon a day keeps the doctor away. Yeah, unless they say bad words, we don't get them out of here. Is this West Indy? You're clueless. Yeah, that was so bottom of the barrel. To make a comment like that, he just didn't. There's no education whatsoever. Now, let me tell you something. I'm a fair woman. If someone's trash, they're trash. Listen, I'm an imperfect person. You're right. Listen, I ain't the best of the best, but I try. Whatever it is I do. But one thing we got to do, we all judge. Learn a person before you judge, because the things you're saying to me are so far from true. Your mother could never, could never, you will never. Yeah. So I've made every mistake in life, just like, okay, here's a comment, okay? Just like that comment he or she said, they think that's doing your big one. We're from totally different backgrounds. We're from totally different situations. Do you know this is a great example. Remember your last vid? The lonely people that come in just to be heard, who come in to be negative. Next time, they're going to say, Granny, but I love you. That's what they're weird. People are weird like that. But you know what? What can you do? People are weird like that. We judge, but make your right judgment, okay? Because assumption to have for real. Granny, I'm talking to them now. You are a hero. You are somebody special. You're a true soldier. I don't think so. I don't do enough. I don't think so. I don't do enough. I disappoint myself. My dad is the one that helped people. You see, I get here and I drop gems all day long. I get it from my daddy. Y'all, I have a little white daddy. I don't want to say little. My daddy was a big dog. Let me rephrase that. So I don't want to downplay him because he was white. He was less of a man. No, no ma'am, no sir. My father was a thoroughbred man. And I get this from my father. I watched my father do this his whole life. My dad always had words of wisdom coming out of his mouth. It didn't matter who, when, where, why. And if you didn't want to hear it, he gave it to you because as a grown man, that's what he did. He took his money. My mother used to yell at this man. We're going to go broke, which they were not going to go broke. But, and not saying my mother isn't a helping person, but since my father had that cash, my father didn't have no limits. My father had so much land. And he would put homes on the land and just let people live there. And my mom would be like, he would be buying people cars. My dad had jobs that he would go do that would cost 10, 20, 30 racks. And them are low end numbers. And my dad would do them free just because. Because the lady was elderly and maybe her house was out of disarray. And she appeared to him that she just that was his senior, and he my dad took loss after loss after loss helping people. He didn't put a limit on what he do for people. Why you look 15 and 60 at the same time? Because I'm an old woman. I'm just thinking, old woman. This is how special my heart is. If I was in the place, all those people who passed away from the tragic, I would take their pain away and put that on me. That's my problem is I put other people's pain on me, and I don't know if I would necessarily tell you to do that. It does something to you. So I understand what you're saying, but putting other people's pain on you, you got to be a certain type of person to do that. You got to be. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It does a lot to your psyche. It really does. And I think that's an understatement. That definite understatement. Definite. Because, in life, you have your own problems. And you haven't necessarily experienced everybody else's problems and heartaches and whatever it is. So when you sit there and you are taking on somebody else's problems, I don't know. That ain't for everyone. I know our heart and mind tells us to do one thing, but I don't know. It does mess with you a lot, but you got to be prepared for that moment. Well, see, the thing is, Cam, that moment is all day long. When you help people, that moment is, so it's not like, It's not like something you just do once and your heart goes back to what it is and your mind goes back to what it is. You're put into their lifestyle, their problems, their situations all day long. I mean, now there's different levels to helping people. Some people can turn that switch on and off. I myself, I'm not one of those people. If someone tells me something like, we got somebody on here going through something right now, I don't even know if they're in the chat right now, but they're going through something that I went through, and that's loss of a parent. And just because of the fact they told me that, like how anybody else can just take it in and shake it off, and you know, I got to sit right here. I don't know what it is. I take people's problems, and everybody else out of sight, out of mind. You can tell me something and I will not forget, and I'm over there dwelling on it and trying to figure out ways, and it's running across my mind. And now I'm over in the corner crying because your parents going to heaven, and I just feel so bad. And I take in people's feelings and energies, child. You got to pray and move on, or it will hurt you. Oh my God, it destroys you. Sometimes it just happens in nature. We feel others' pain, but to take on more pain than you tolerate is painful to your health. We've passed that mark decades ago. And see, that's what I think you're new to my page, but probably about 2 years ago, I thought about quitting all of this. I'm not going to lie. I thought about quitting, helping people in general. I really did. And every day I think about it. Not going to cry. But if you're pain free, you are a giving person, we can see others hurt. It hurts so bad. Oh, here we go again. Waterworks. All right, let me smoke another cigarette. Granny, don't cry. Guys, my heart is soft. I'm a savage, but I'm a savage to who I need to be a savage to. And here's another thing, just about West Indy, okay? Let me explain something to you. Now I'm talking a little trash to her because she's being disrespectful. In real life, I don't dislike West Indy. I want you to understand. I don't dislike anybody I do a video on. I can do a video on anybody. This is just who everybody wants to watch right now. I've come from one sector, everybody, whatever it is, okay? Sector, if that's what we're calling it, that's what we're calling it. But let me clarify this. I do not hate West Indy. I am talking to her right now because she was being disrespectful. And yeah, I did videos on her. So she, in all actuality, had the right to be disrespectful. But if you're going to say something, I want you to say it and make sense. I just don't want you to. I'm a certain person. So if you're going to handle me a certain way. Oh, yeah, Big Red. That's why I said, we're not going to cry. We're not going to cry. Green likes to help people. People going to heaven. Oh, yeah, listen. In a month's time, and this is something. See, I don't tell you guys nothing. In a month's time, do you know I lost two elders? Two elders. Two. You guys don't even know it, but well, a lot of my people do know. I just helped bury two brothers not that long ago. Okay, not even gonna go into that situation. Not even within a week of each other. A week, you guys. A week. A week. But I just lost these two elders, and that hurt me to the core. The fact that we were born to go to heaven, you guys, that sucks. I didn't sign up for that. Late night, something is different about her. She act like way out of it. Okay, back to her. Nothing wrong with crime. So I don't dislike West India at all. But right now, her and her man, they are being a little disrespectful. And I'm a woman. A grown woman. Yeah, I am doing videos on them. So I can see how they be bothered. But the things I'm saying are real. Okay, I'm not like everybody else's parent where I'm gonna be like, no, West Indy, don't do that. Don't do that, girl. I'm not listening. I've come from the streets where we install fear in people's hearts, where we destroy families, we destroy, we're going to call a thing a thing. So and like I said, I'm not even delivering the way if I would take you guys in a mentoring session, you'd be like, whoa, Granny's built different. let's jump ahead because I think we're going with this. But West Indy alone, I don't dislike her. I feel bad for the children. I really, really, really feel bad for the children. God sends people into our lives to test our compassion. Yesterday, a man struggling with addiction asked me for clothes to attend his son's funeral on Saturday. Aww. God bless you, Forrest Gibbs. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I love that. If you helped, I love that. I love that. But it's her kids I feel bad for. And I'm going to tell you why. And like I said, I don't dislike her. I'm mad at her because she won't fight for her family. And I'm also going to tell you this. I don't believe 100% anything she says. I don't. And I could be wrong, but I just don't. I don't believe the eviction. I don't think she's rich, but I don't think she's poor. Um, I do think she misuses her money. Maybe the eviction's true. Who knows? But I do know as a woman, she's not conducting herself right. She doesn't have the will or the power to lead her children. Since there's not a father in the house, see, everybody thinks the new baby's daddy. Man, that man can't do nothing for them other boys, and he's not going to, okay? We could be the best parents, and our children are still going to stray off. It's how it works. But when you're a single woman, you have to run that household like a man and a woman, regardless what it is, what you do, whatever it is. You listen, mama's baby, daddy's maybe. That saying goes in multiple directions because us and as women, that's why we're the ones that produce the baby. Okay? We are expected to coddle, love, and provide for those children regardless what is going on. If the dad were to go to heaven, the dad were to remarry, we have to be responsible for those children in our household. It's not about having the best car. It's not about having the biggest house. It's not about wearing $200 shoes, $1,000 shoes, $1,000 jeans. It's not about that. It's about having a car. It could be raggedy. It could be cracked in half, dented, paint peeling. But it's about having a car so you can get your children to school, doctor appointments. It's about having a place. I don't care if it is unfurnished. It's about having a roof over your head. It's about having your utilities paid. It's about having groceries in the refrigerator. It's about having yours. So I'd rather you have a low level lifestyle, but have everything you need. And I don't want to say low level, but when I say low level, I'm just talking about you don't have to live in the fancy, luxurious condo. You can live in the projects. As long as you can guarantee those children will wake up in those projects every day. When you can't even maintain what your children need, that we are the ones. I think women are, I don't, what type of, I don't know, maybe I'm just missing something. That's why, once again, I'm not bragging about the decisions I made in life. My decisions weren't for everyone. But that's why I made those decisions because I understood that I was the breadwinner. I understood that I was the foundation. I understood that it was up to me, regardless what pappy was there, what job I worked, what. I understood that the children came first and foremost. And that's why I pride myself and have always prided myself in your right. I'm proud. That's right. I did choose the streets. And I also, you guys, was in management. I managed stores. But I was so greedy and I wanted my children to live a certain life. There wasn't nothing I wasn't willing to do to provide for them. If it meant chancing my own freedom, if it meant me possibly losing my own life, it didn't matter. She feels her supporters should pay her bills because they like to watch her. Now, this is another thing. She sits there, she talks to them people like crap. And this is the thing, we're enabling her. Okay, back to me. I got this one son. All my children have, we all have, even my grandchildren. There's nobody fatherless or motherless in my family. But I got this one specific child that it's making his life so hard every day. Grown. Making his, once again, not like West Indy, but kind of in a way, because that self accountability's off. And I tell him every day, son, you're just hurting me right now. in the present because I'm here. I see the crash out, whatever it is. But the reality is, if I was to go to heaven today, me and your pappy, you'd be all, oh. So the reality is, you're temporarily hurting me, but you're hurting yourself. You're setting yourself up for failure. You're setting yourself up for struggle. You can't convince me how life is going to go because here I am living three-fourths of my life. What are you talking to me about, son? I've done everything but go to heaven at this point. What are you trying to convince me of? And this is what I tell them. What makes it so bad? You're a man. You're supposed to be a provider. One day you will father children. You're supposed to be the head of your family. And for you, sir, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I tell you what, my children's father helped to the end, and I made sure of it. He went to heaven last year. I heard from my grown kids because he helped. Desmond, you walked into a grown woman's chat. At least you could say good morning. Your parents have failed you in many ways. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. If that's how you walk into a conversation, everybody, see, Desmond is one of those lonely people that needs attention. And it's lacking somewhere in life. West Indian mommy, please. Yeah, she does a lot. Desmond, okay. Okay. If that's what you got, that's the level of your conversation. Okay. Okay, Desmond. Okay. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. Sometimes I feel like, why should I have to go back and educate and help guide and build somebody when their own parents didn't even take the time? Can you imagine that? Their own parents. I'm lacking in life. I'm lacking in life. Okay. I'm talking to myself. Okay. Okay. Have a great day, Desmond. If you say so, it's true. Have a great day. Granny loves you. At least if you're going to come in here, do your big one. Okay? Do your big one. Just, Big Red, one thing about me, I hate a dumb conversation. If you're going to do it, do it. Listen, if you're going to go hard or go home, go hard or go home. When you're talking to me about lamb chops and chicken wings and this is hood rat energy. This is hood rat conversation. Babe, I come from places where we're unaliving each other on a daily. You're talking to me about lamb chops and chicken wings? Are you serious? Sir, you are lost. That's below my savage pay grade to even deal with that. Desmond, let me tell you a secret, son. This same vacation you speak of, I have flew my children all around the world, Desmond. I am so sorry that you are impressed by vacation. That just goes to show where your mindset is. Congratulations. Have fun on the vacation. I guess. I guess. I mean, I don't know what you want for. Okay. Have fun. I hope you have a good day, Duncan. Thank you, hon. It's crazy you had to come here and explain. Listen, are you new to the vacation thing? Are you new to this? That doesn't even impress me. Do you guys see how I come on here looking? This house back here has play clothes in it, okay? This is where I do my skin treatment, stuff like that. It's a two-part house. Like right now, I have oil, stuff like that on my body. My sister works from home, so in order to do this video, I'm like, I got to go back here so my voice don't travel because she does video calls. You guys see, I come on here looking the worst to worst. I could pull out bags and 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 bags. You want me to pull it from under here? You want me to pull it from under the couch? Where do you want me to pull it from? I have bags. Hold on, just to show you it's real. See, minor stuff like that impresses you, big dog. We are different people. Hold on. Here's just one fact. Let me show you how we really get down over here. We are different people. What impresses you will never impress me, sir. A vacation. Child, I'm saving people's lives and paying bills and buying groceries. Hold on. This is just what I went and bought yesterday, okay? There's also a bag from Saks in there. I go shopping every single day of my life. And you'll never even see the stuff I wear. You know why? Because in real life, it doesn't impress me. I buy it because I can. I buy it because I can. I buy it because I can. I have thousands of dollars in perfumes. I have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds pairs of shoes alone. Socks. Would you like to show me? Because I got 600 pair right here alone that haven't even touched the ground. I haven't even tried them on. So the things that impress you don't impress me. Yeah, I buy it because I want it and I can afford it. But vacations, I've been there, did that. That doesn't impress me. It might impress you. It doesn't impress me. You see, look what I got on. You want me to go put on the $400 t-shirt to talk to you because you ain't worth it? So what impresses you doesn't impress me. I've spent my life at a young age in resorts. Remember, I had street money, okay? I lived a luxurious life when you guys were figuring out life. What impresses you will never impress me. No, I'm just letting you know what floats your boat doesn't float my boat. And it never will. Been there, done that. Been there, done that. Pay attention. There was a whole message there and you missed it. See, you pride yourself on, you think a vacation means something, you think because your $400 shirt that makes you something. Let me tell you something. If me, you, Desmond, Cam, Big Red, whoever it was, if we were to all strip down to the nude, you know what? What makes us different other than our race and our sex? What makes us different? Absolutely nothing. The president could be in there. The best scientist in the world could be in there. What makes us different? Nothing. So when we pride ourselves on this little materialistic crap, you've lived life all wrong. You have lived life all wrong. Don't you know I'm the same person? If I put the outfit on from Saks, or if I wear this, I'm the same person. It just shows what type of person you are. I'm just saying. No, he ain't trolling Granny. He's making himself look crazy. He can never troll. That's just me having to give him the game to show him that you idolize material possessions. You idolize things that don't even make sense. You idolize as if you came from nothing. You got to remember, I've come from a father that had money. He's in heaven now. I've had my own money for decades. So I've exposed myself to a better life at a younger age, and for decades. So you just kind of show that you're just thrilled by things that mean absolutely nothing in life. Well, Desmond, you're pretty much telling yourself. Full circle, what impresses us is a roof, quality family, time, electricity paid, transportation. Now that's impressive. Handling your business and being authentic. That's what's impressive. Pow. Amen. Amen. Desmond, what have you done for your community today? Like this time you're sitting here putting into me. What have you done for your community? Go outside. Do you know how many people... go outside. Go outside and help somebody. I'm going to leave that there. Go outside and help somebody. impressed by a vacation. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. It don't take much, does it? A vacation. Oh. That's your PowerPoint in life. A vacation. Child, what the fuck? Okay, I guess. Go feed someone lamb chops. That's what I'm saying. If you're gonna do it, do it. Actually, this bed here has been slipped in less than 20 times. I got one pumpkin that grew this year. I'm finna go home and pick it. Amen. Oh my gosh, I wish there was some way you could post it so I could see it. I love stuff like that. I know, I'm happy. I'm excited about that. I love to. Listen, I have pineapple plants. I have banana plants. What else do I have? Mango trees. What else? What else? What else? What else? Dragon fruit. Um, what else, y'all? It'll come to me. But yeah, I got all that good stuff. Dragon fruit. There's one more. It'll come to me. I love that stuff. My last pineapple plant, oh my God, it was almost ready, and it grows on this long stalk, and that bad boy just fell and broke, y'all. I was so devastated. I'm like, it was not ready to eat. Oh, I was in my feelings. Your garden went crazy. I ain't really cared about the yard since my children moved out. I ain't really cared. You know what I'll do? I'll go out there with my lawnmower and cut all the banana trees down. And I've done it several times. So the yard definitely ain't like what it used to be. I lost a lot of interest when we shared the house together. It was something we worked on together because we were going to buy this house. So since they moved out, and even though, my sister lives here now, it's not the same, because she had a stroke. She don't like to do yard work, well, she can't, but she's just not into the things I'm into. So, and once again, it's not a family. Even though it's a family house, but it's a different feel because they don't care about the yard. They don't they don't care. So the yard ain't fancy like it used to be. I'm telling you, we were laying down fresh mulch. We repainted the house, and we were just renting the property. We cut the trees down, and because I know the landlord, she was my best friend, and I just wanted the house. I've been here for 13 years, and it's a two-part house. It's a house with the addition. I just wanted it a certain way. And it was different when I had the whole house at one point. Then I moved my daughter up there because she was going through a divorce. And it was fun when she was here because, it was a family thing. I cannot get a hello. Are you going to answer my question? What was your question, honey bun? I don't understand. What was your question, Robert? I don't even see your question. Oh, where am I from? Where do you think I'm from? And if somebody asked me earlier, am I black? Yes, I am black. I'm actually two different types of African. Sub-Saharan and yeah, so I am multi-raced. My father is Caucasian. He's in heaven, and he ain't even all the way Caucasian. But my mother is a foreign woman, um, Asian, Indian, everything she is, she's two or three different types. People think there's just one type of African, there's not. People think there's one type of Asian, there's not. Like, we're Filipino, but you don't even understand Filipino. We'll go there. Being Filipino, do you know what Filipinos actually derive from? You got Chinese in there, you got, so each one of my races are derived from other races. So my ethnicity list is like this long. One day you'll hear me say I'm this color, or I'm sorry, I'm this race, but I might just be speaking on something. And it's not like I'm saying I'm just only that race. I'm just so many. Like every day, you're just gonna give this long list, and it gets to be too much. And what was it she said? Fort Leatherdale. No, I think she said Fort Leatherdale. She's going to move to Fort Leatherdale. Well, okay, go to Fort Leatherdale. Was it Leatherdale or? Yep, yep. She is that what you are? Or are you saying that's what's in Asian? In I'm sorry, not Asian, in Filipino. Hey Sean. I got a cousin named Sean, you guys. Same name, same spelling. But he calls himself every time I always tell my cousin, every time he meets a woman, he gives a different name. And it's Sean. But he will pronounce it in 10,000 different ways. I don't know. I don't know. Keep the tricks guessing. I don't know. I do it every day. They ask, "What color are you?" I reply, "Other." Yeah, my list is so long. I'm like, I don't even know what to say. Yes, we have that in my family, not my immediate family. Scene. What else does he call himself? Sean, Cyan. I mean, my listen. But hey, your cousin, and then he'll give his girlfriends my phone number, and they'll call me. Hey, have you talked to? Hey, this is such and such. Do you remember me? I'll be like, who? And they're not. I'm trying to figure out whose name they're saying, and then I'll be like, oh, you mean Sean? What did you say his name? What did he tell you his name was? What was that name again so I can remember? I don't know what that's about with that man's name. I'm telling you. This man, child, okay. One day, listen, next time one of his girls called me, I need to at least record two of their phone calls. And you'd be like, what? Are they talking about the same man? I don't know what that's about. You said Sion. Oh, yeah, Sion was another one. Child, listen, that man ain't never the same person. I don't even call him by his name half the time. I'll be like, why are you lying? Bro, who are you today? Like, who are you? Like, really? Like, just, who are you? But, I ain't mad. Just like anybody else has little different names, I guess. Okay, Sean. Okay. I, like I tell him, you have to let me know because, and why he gives me his girlfriends, gives his girlfriends my number. Like, you guys sisters, bro. Like, quit having them have us call me. I did live stream yesterday on her and have one scheduled today where I expose her lives. I like Granny. I got notes and timestamps. I break down her lives and her. She tickles me. She tickles me. But did you notice her children have a better vocabulary than her? They do. Well, Granny, you done made me late for work. Gotta go. Prayers for your surgery. God, don't even remind me. In my mind, you guys made me forget all about it. Oh, God, don't remind me. Please don't remind me. But thank you. You guys are going to see the after effect. And I'm going to show you. And you're going to be like, oh my God. They did that while she was up. Oh my God. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. It's trying not to think about it. I don't want to do it. In my mind, I'm like, yeah, it's so early. Girl, you got time. No, it's getting closer. I'm back to the dog for a walk. Yeah, I'm not ready for this surgery. Oh my God. As much as I know I'm going to get it, like slipped my mind. Just the thought of it. That's why I got on here, just to kind of distract me a little bit. Oh my gosh. Hey, Derry. Hey, Lone Wolves. I know this stupid surgery you guys know is going to take 6 months. I put it like this: it takes 6 months to over a year. I have never once healed in 6 months from this surgery. And it's in my mouth. So it's going to affect eating, drinking, talking, anything. As you see, I'm still not right from all the other surgeries, so it's something. It's definitely something. Hey, Rasta. I mean, don't think I'm. Oh my God. Oh, I just want to pass out every time I think about it. No, actually, I'm driving myself. We're doing it under local. Oh my God. I asked my dentist, I said, can I record this? I said, I don't even go live. Can I record this? And she said no. But she said the only way I would be able to do it is if I had like somebody directly in my mouth. But what she's doing, there's no way that anybody could even be that close to her. Oh, yeah, because I need somebody to see how serious this crap is. Oh my God. Oh, it's weirding me out. Still looking as lovely as the last time I seen you. Let's not lie to ourselves about that. I'm looking like total trash. Total trash. Big time. Yeah, y'all. Mm, I don't know. I don't know. Gosh darn it. I don't know. I gotta be a big girl. I don't know. When I hear people say, yeah, I had to get a root canal, or yeah, I had to get this, or I'm just like, man, I would take that any day. Any day. Granny, you had me looking up West Indian collection. I had no idea that was a thing. That's an actual person. Yeah, that's why, and that's another reason why I tag her name. I tag the people's names so you'll know who, because you might want to go find that person because you're like, well, what is she talking about? Or you might want to know, well, who's crashing out like that, or who, a lot of people are saying this is another thing. West Indy thinks because she has almost 10K subs. I don't think her and her man understand how YouTube works, okay? I don't think, and I'm not saying I gave her 1 million subs because she don't even have 1 million subs. But I don't think she realizes how many people have found her from my page and other people's page alone. If you know anything, and I'm not going to tell my trade secret, but just know hashtags don't get you the views they think you do. And there's certain things you have to do to get your videos viewed. And I can't tell you how many people have asked me who is West Indy. They've seen my video and they're like, who is West Indy? They don't know who any of the people are. So it's, I don't want to tell my trade secret because, I haven't quite mastered it, but I've kind of got it figured out. But West Indy just thinks the world is out searching for her and all this other stuff, and that ain't it. She don't even understand it takes people like me and other people. We generate you traffic. A lot of people don't know who you are. We generate her traffic. That's all I'm saying. Free spirit. Good morning, Granny in chat. Prayers. Oh my God, Malika. Oh my gosh. Malika, I'm so scared. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it, y'all. And then I got this thing where I take this mirror and they know to give me this mirror. And every time they walk away or whatever it is, I'm like, I'm looking. I want to see. And boy, when I do that, I remember one time I did that. First bone graft I got. Bone replacement. When I looked in that mirror and I seen my skeleton, pay attention to what I'm telling you. I see my skeleton. Oh, I almost passed out. I'm like, why did you look? They're like, we told you not to look. They had to get the smelling salts. I had my channel up for about a year. It's work. Got to keep the grind. Yeah, it is. It is. And then here's another thing. I'm kind of stuck in this position where I did videos on somebody and I erased all the videos. And I privated the videos. When you do things like that to your channel, you destroy your channel. So then once you're in a certain, we'll call it sector, when you're in a certain sector, okay, I started doing videos on one person. So everybody's watching you because they want you to talk about that one person. But now here I am doing videos talking about another person. So you do those videos for so long, you have that crowd. So you lost that first crowd because that first crowd, even though they're there, they don't know who that person is. It's because you're doing videos. They don't know who that person is. Now you moved on to something else. Now you've lost that second and first crowd because they were only there for those first two people. They don't care about that other person. So it's hard to find a mishmash of people that watch all the people that you watch. So that's, that there gets a little challenging. It's a little different. Oh, try not to be scared. Well, not that I'm necessarily scared. Scared ain't the word. Scared was probably a bad word. I didn't want to use that. I know what this is getting ready to entail, and I know that it's a very pleasant experience. It's very painful. And that smell of bone on a drill, I can't say that enough, has to be the weirdest smell I have ever smelled in my whole life. And it kind of borderline makes you want to pass out. Because it's weird. The whole thing is just weird, y'all. I don't know. Once you go through something, yeah, I'm telling you what. I can still remember. Okay, so this is what they got to do. Let's say this is the inside of my mouth. This here is this, okay? This is this. These are the bottom of my teeth. Let me explain to you what they got to do. This is the bottom of my teeth. They go in there. They cut my gums here and here. Here's my teeth. They cut them here and here. They're going to take off some of the gum. They're going to, that'll probably be before or after, whatever. They then chisel. Because this, your gum is hooked to your skull. And when I say skull, I'm calling this whole thing skull area. So they have to chisel your gums off your jaw, and then they flap it back. And not only do they do one side, they got to do both sides. So if you look in the mirror, you will see your skull. And when I say skull, I'm not meaning this. Once again, your skeleton, and that is some freaky-ish to see. It is. Then they chisel it all away and they flap it up. They go in there and they take a drill and they drill away all the bone that is no good, and then they replace the bone, and the bone has to grow and reattach. I don't even know what type of bone we're using this time. I know the last bone rejected itself. I got a lot of problems for that. That's a whole nother issue. I had to go get another surgery. So I don't know if we're using cadaver. I don't know if we're using synthetic. I've used them all, and sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. I don't know, but just don't think they put it in there and it's a quick fix. It's not. It has to reattach to it has to grow to your body. So it's not a, oh, just a thought of it. Who ain't ready? Oh, gosh. And then it's, like I said, 6 months to over a year. I have never had this work in 6 months. I have never had this work in a year. I have never been healed in a year from the surgery. So It's very unpleasant because you use your mouth. That's how you eat. That's how you drink. That's how you have great creativity. I've been watching your channel for a while. I ain't going nowhere. Big supporter. Thank you. I love you, honey bun. You know what? I could do so much better. I can edit videos. I can do this. I can do that. I can make, but I just don't have the time. I truly don't have the time to do what I want to do, and I just can't fit it in. That's why I'm kind of like, I get on there and I'm looking any old type of way. If anybody knows me, my videos were always 5 minutes long. Then I took it to 8 minutes. Every now and then, I might try to drag it out. The new thing, I'm trying to drag them out a little bit longer. But in real life, I only have a minute. I only have time to do 5 minute videos. Anything else, I'm pushing. And the only reason I'm doing more is because, I got people asking, oh, can you make your videos a little bit longer than 5? I'm like, because, I can say what I got to say in 5 minutes. When I stretch it out, that's too much. Don't tell them not to touch your delightful lips. That's the least of my worries. Oh my God, I wish you guys could see it. Oh my gosh. I'm just not ready. I'm not ready, y'all. And then to think I gotta go on about my day and handle business before this surgery. No, and I'm in like a whole psychological mind. You know what, K. Oh my gosh. I don't know, y'all. There's a lot of complications that can come behind this. When you get, there's people that go get dental work and don't even, I want to explain this to you. There's people that go get dental work and don't even make it out of the chair. There's people that go get teeth pulled and they go to heaven right there in their chair. What I'm getting done is way beyond that. Way, way, way beyond that. And you guys, I'm doing and I don't know if I clarified this. I'm not just doing one surgery today. I'm doing 2 surgeries today. I don't even know if I told y'all this. I'm doing 2. I paid for 2. I couldn't pay for the full surgery because it was like, what was it, 29 grand? So I'm paying for half of the surgery because they offered me 20% off. 20% off ain't a lot when you're spending a couple $100. But when you're spending stacks on top of stacks on top of stacks, 20% off is a lot of money. I'm just letting you know. Yes, I am a hot mess. I'm a hot mess that's paying for her own $29,000 surgery. That's how much of a hot mess I am. Meanwhile, I continue to help my community. If that makes me a hot mess, well, my hot mess must be messing the right way. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Are you talking about my appearance? What are you talking about? If you're going to say it, say it. Yeah, I don't know. I'll just be glad when it's over. Oh my gosh. I'll be so glad. I don't wanna. Psyching myself out, y'all. Oh God. Last night I was so traumatized. Oh my, understatement, y'all. I was so traumatized. I was just laying there thinking. I was like, you know what? Let me go over there and get in bed because I had just like psyched myself out so bad. I just kept thinking about the process, and I'm thinking about when I seen part of my own skeleton, and I don't know. I don't know how I'm feeling. I don't know. Just don't know. Just don't know. Just don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's not my favorite thing to do. And then what else was really giving me that total mind F-U blank K was the fact that I'm getting 2 done at once. So it's not like it's even going to be one area. It's going to be 2 areas. I'm doing like 2. I'm doing the upper jaw and the lower jaw. God. And let me tell you this. I don't even know what side they're doing. They might get in there and change their mind, but just know I paid for 2 surgeries. So I'm getting, I don't know if it's going to be this. I don't know if it's going to be this. Just know I'm getting 2. We'll see by the end of the day what they decided to do. Because when I went in there for my last visit, they changed their plan again. They're like, no. My dentist was like, well, why are you, because she's not actually the one doing the surgery. She's bringing in a specialist. And she's there. She can do the surgery. She's there to assist. And if the lady, my dentist is getting old. So if my dentist, this lady can't do it, my dentist is prepared to move her out of the way. She's not, my dentist isn't fully confident that this lady can do this. That's why one of my surgeries didn't take, because the lady just couldn't, I'm getting very extensive work, and even the skilled dentist could mess this up. But she, we'll see. Child, I don't know. It's looking ugly. Fly Life going to surgery this morning. Well, not this morning, today. My surgery's at 2, y'all. I was so scared it wasn't for my son, girl. I wouldn't have gone. Man, listen. You know what I usually do? I usually take the sleepy pills, and I have my children drive me. My doctor wouldn't okay the sleepy pills. Man, I like those motherfuckers. All I remember last time, listen, the children were carrying me, put me in a wheelchair, and I was drugged up, getting pushed in the wheelchair, and I woke up a couple times, and I don't remember much. But to be in there on your own, wide awake, I can't take the sleepy pills. I can't take the gas. I can't get through the IV. I can't go to sleep that way. The doctor's like, it's too soon. You just had the baby. No. No. And, like I said, I was supposed to get this done when I was pregnant. They really didn't want me to do it. And now, oh, God, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Let me know if you need anything. I'll be checking on you today. Thank you, Fly Life. Granny did IV for somebody. Fly Life, did you know that? Granny did in vitro for somebody. That's the best part is after. No, I don't know. After, it's going to be ugly. Nice ink. I got tattoos everywhere. I got them on my private part. I got them on my butt. I got them everywhere. I have tattoos everywhere. Yes, I did. And I went 2 months early. I was going to go a month early, but I ended up going 2 months early. I was a little disappointed in myself. But, oh, and here's the thing. Since you know my history about the dental surgery, I became antibiotic resistant to a certain extent. So I had a urinary tract infection that turned into a bladder infection that was this close to going into my kidneys because I have to take so many antibiotics over and over and over and over, where it kind of made me antibiotic resistant. So the antibiotics weren't even fighting off, like I said, the urinary tract infection turned into a bladder infection, whatever it was. And that's what actually caused me to go into labor. I don't know if I'm looking amazing. Listen, y'all, I'm far from it. My hair ain't dyed. I got never-ending bags under my eyes. I'm living off 2 to 4 hours sleep for the past, I don't even know how many years, y'all. I'm just so over it. I got to start at work. Always a pleasure to see you. I love you, honey bun. Thank you for coming. Prayers with you today. I'll catch you on the next. Be safe and stay blessed. Thank you. Have a great day at work. Have a great day. I love you, honey bun. I don't know, y'all. I be having a lot of little things going on. That's what I'm saying. I'm transparent about some things, but I'm not transparent about 90% of it. You guys wouldn't even be ready for the truth. You would not be ready. B Spikes, I go for my surgery today. I'm weirding out. I'm weirding out. Save me. I don't wanna. I'm telling you, it's getting... What time is it, y'all? What time is it? I still love you. Have a wonderful day. I love you too, Fly Life. I still love you, hon. Hey, Nights. What time is it, guys? Gosh darn it. I don't want to be a big girl. Oh, it's 8:37 here. Gosh darn it. Thank you, D Nice. 5:37 there. OMG. Matt, come save your girl. I don't wanna. To walk into that chair on my own, willingly, knowing they're getting ready to do what they're going to do to me, makes me a fool. My pleasure, beautiful, and much love for you. Thank you. Much love to you. May you have your best day ever, and thank you for subbing. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I'm really weirded out. I'm trying to act like I'm not. I'm trying not to think about it, but I just know I'm getting ready to go through. This is how I can explain it, okay? Bones, muscles, skin are totally different aspects, okay? You can numb the skin all day long, but you cannot really numb a bone, only to a certain extent. So, with that being said, if that helps you to understand, to have somebody in there drilling holes in your bones while you're awake, no, it's not a pleasurable thing. I don't want to vomit every time I think about it. I don't know if I want to vomit, pass out. I'm not sure what direction. I've been up since like 3:30. I'm like Granny walking around the house doing nothing but staying busy somehow. Man, listen, I'm telling you, 4 o'clock. And you know what makes it so crazy, Mac? Is I got these, the children I'm a mentor, they're street pharmacists. They're in the streets. Man, they are calling my phone all hours of the night. So let's say I'm only getting 2, 3 hours sleep. They wake me up about 5 times anyway. So it's just like half the time I can't even go to sleep once they call. And let me see. I have to answer emails. I have to, okay, I started out with 12 children that I'm homeschooling. The number dropped down. Now we're at 4 right now. Each child has 7 teachers. So, and these are children that are in the streets. They don't want to do their work. They don't want to. So I have 7 teachers for 4 kids. That's 28 different teachers emailing me, text messaging me, and calling me. So when I wake up, I already have a list of email. I mean, it's just I don't even know where to start at. I don't. That's why you'll see. Where's that? I got phones everywhere, laptops everywhere because all day long I'm telling you. That's why I just can't pick. As much as I want to help people, I just can't pick anybody else to help because I'm cutting myself short. And see, here's the thing about no sleep. A lot of people don't realize this, but educate yourself on it. You can cut your life short by not even getting proper sleep. And that's okay when you're young and whatever it is, but when you do it for so long, over and over and over, listen, if your guys' body will let you sleep, get all the sleep you can. Going to heaven alone will cut your life shorter. It's a proven medical fact. Pull it up. The information's out there. I don't have to lie to anybody to kick it. So, yeah, I don't know. I got to figure out something because I'm definitely stretching myself far beyond belief. I don't know. And just like I'm sitting here and I've been on live, whatever it is, I have 50,000 things to do. And that's why I really don't go live because I have so much going on. It's easier for me just to make a video and put it out. And by the way, I got a video coming out. I'm not going to say it's my better one because I was just focused on that surgery. I made it this morning, trying to get it done and get it over with. Not the lollipop at the end. Granny, seeing you live, I was like, okay, this morning, gonna go quick. Like, look, sun already coming up. I go to bed with a list. Child, I'm telling you, that's why I'm like, I'll wake up in the middle of the night and then I'm just answering emails while I'm asleep. I'll wake up, my mouse will be in my hand, my phones will be in my hand. And you know what I always hear? My phone fall on the floor. or my laptop fall on the floor because it'll be in my hand. The next time I know I'm sleeping and now it's broke or now it's all the way across the floor. And I mean, I'm literally, yeah, I'm out of control, y'all. I'm really out of control. I must drop that phone on the floor. Like, say, okay, let's say I'm going to sleep, right? No, I'm not going to sleep, but I'm on my phone and I'm like answering the email, answering whatever. I'm so tired before I know it. I'm like, oh, what's that? I'm like, oh, and I gotta wake back up, pick up my phone. Yeah, it's crazy work. Crazy work. Or I'll be like, oh my God, what time is it? I'm looking at my alarm. Oh my God, I fell asleep and I didn't do A, B, C, and D. So I'll be dragging myself, sleep all in my eyes, trying to finish this email or reach out to this teacher or call this kid. Hey, you know, you got this test tomorrow. Child, yes, crazy. It's crazy work. It's crazy work. That's why I say I just better not add anybody. Yeah, here I am trying to save somebody. I better save myself. My laptop was my insomnia. Once it broke, I was able to sleep. Oh, and let me tell you something. Up there in the front part of the house, my sister loves electronics. That's why I wish I could actually show you that part of the house. We have so many computers up there. In the living room alone, you have 5 different computer setups. And you can do whatever you want. They're on the porch, they're in the bedrooms, they're on the. I myself, I like my laptops, they're easier because I kind of want to move around. I just can't sit in one place, and not because I just have so much going on. But over there, man, you can sit. Let's say I'm like, oh, I've got to do this. You can just turn around and pick a computer. The amount of wires up there, I'm telling you, everything up there runs. I mean, you can't even turn on a light. You're telling Siri to turn on the light. You're telling her to fix the thing in the refrigerator, and it's just a lot. And that's another reason why I enjoy coming back here because you can pull the light switch. You know, I'm not talking to anybody to turn on the light, and our doors have codes on them. This one here has a key. I would not let her touch these doorknobs. I'm like, no, you're not changing them. Do not. She's like, yeah, I can get you one. No, let me use my key. I'm a simple woman. You know, yeah, it's good. You know, you like that stuff. I don't like that stuff. I don't, not all day long. I'm more of a, I'm just simple when it comes to certain things. I've been able to do a lot with multiple phones. Oh yeah, I have 3 phones. It's crazy. 3 phones that are turned on. So yeah, and I always keep them on silent because if I didn't, this would be the most horrible, horrible. Then with 3 phones, I had to figure out, okay, if I am out in public, or let's say I were to go to work, I'm like, which phone do I want to have on me? Because you only got so many pockets. You know, you can't. First, I walked around with 2. That got to be bothersome. The first, I had all 3. Then I went down to 2. Now I'm like, well, let pick which one, who's calling which phone today, and it just gets to be a lot. Let's change the world. Cam is a good boy. I'm sorry, good young man. Cam is a good young man. He's a very good young man. Just be you. Don't worry about who don't like you because I'm you and you're me and we're equal. Oh, Cam, did I tell you I've been going to church? Oh, I got my Bible case yesterday. Let me show you. It's the wrong size, guys. Ow. It's the wrong size, but I'm keeping it because I have ordered Bible cases and Bible tabs back and forth for like 2 months. Couldn't decide. This ain't even the Bible case I wanted. It ain't even the Bible case I wanted, y'all. I wanted a pink Bible case. I don't know what's going on with the Bible cases. They're all coming in the different wrong sizes. This how I ended up here because this ain't the first wrong size. So as you see, it's still too big, but I'm going with it. We're running with it. Thank you, Adrian. I got my Bible tabs the other day. I did that on live. I put my Bible tabs in. Aren't they pretty, guys? Look how pretty. I put my Bible tabs in. So the reason I went with this, I'm like, yeah, well, I want something to match my Bible tabs. Then when they sent this, and I got it yesterday, and I looked, and it was, I mean, it's not nothing wrong with it. It's doable. It's definitely doable, but I wanted it to fit perfectly. But, you know, what the heck can you do? I decided the outside of my Bible is like pink and gold leather, and I didn't want to mess it up. So I'm like, you know what? Just keep it. It does what it's supposed to do. It secures it. It holds it. Okay, it might not be the case you want it, but you know, it's in the color frame. It got a handle. Roll with it, sis. Like, you're just getting too carried away. You're making it too difficult, you know. Seeing you Sunday with ice cream like you were a kid again. Church looks good on you, Granny. Oh yeah, I snuck out of house. I snuck out of the house to go there. Cause you know I just had the baby. So listen, I'm not supposed to be going anywhere. My children, they have trackers on my phones. They have a tracker hit on my car, like a little air tag thing. And listen, I try to find it. I don't know where it's at. I don't know what phone they they're using some app that looks like another app. I don't know what phone the tracker's on. I don't know. That's why I don't let my children around electronics. So anytime I go somewhere, I gotta move. See, they know I am good for leaving the house after surgeries and things like that. And Granny gets in trouble when she goes outside. Granny likes to fight still. I don't want to lie to nobody. Going nowhere. That's why I'm going to church. I don't go nowhere looking for fights. I do that. But I have, you know, you road rage me, you know, things will get a little crazy. I guess they think they're road raging. I don't know who. Um, yeah, follow you to your I'm trying to be a new person, y'all. But no, I'm not gonna let anybody disrespect me. Um, I will become confrontational in a way you will not expect. You'll be like, "Oh, I thought that was an old lady, and I thought she was white." Nah, I'm a whole street. I'm trying to be somebody's grandmother. So I am a tracked woman. My children know about my whereabouts. Listen, I'm too old to be disrespected. Listen, you ain't. No, I'm sorry. You can't call me the N word in traffic. You can't none of that. I'm ready to turn up. I'm a grown woman. Who the you talking to? Okay? You don't know what I listen. I got a lot going on in my life. You can get it. What are we doing? Okay? That's all I'm saying. I don't try to be that person. That's why I'm going to church. I'm trying to be a new. I'm trying. Street Boulevard, Hill, the whole Parkway. Listen, I don't know. I'm an imperfect person. I'm just trying to be the best person I can. It really ain't working out well, you know, but I'm working on it. But yeah, I went to church and I had to sneak out of the house. And the I just wore whatever the closest thing. I'm like I told myself like 2 hours before church, the children were coming over. I'm like, man, okay, if they're here, I can't go nowhere. Like they're just gonna be, you know, Mom, you can't go, blah blah blah. So I sent my kids to the store on this mission. Go find me like this thing that I never even needed. Something I knew that would be hard to find. And I sent them on a mission. And the minute they left the house, I was looking around. I'm like, okay, now's my chance. I'm going to church. And I knew I really wanted to go to church. That's why I had all this planned out. So I knew there's a chance they could come back because they probably, one of them forgot their phone. And that was a dead set that they might come back. I said, okay, what can I wear? Like, man, I grabbed the first thing that was on top of the laundry basket. And I was out of here. You see, I wore shorts and a shirt. It was a belly shirt. I ended up wearing a belly shirt to church, y'all. But I had to get out because I'm telling you, if they'd came back and they'd knew I was gone, they would have stayed there. They would have hated it. But yes, I had my ice cream. I treat myself to ice cream and pizza every single time I go. And not that I think I deserve a treat for going to church or nothing like that. But for one, I was craving that because I was pregnant. But now I'm not pregnant and I still like it, okay? They have the best soft serve ice cream and they have the best pizza ever. It's like I'm at an Italian restaurant. So heck yeah, I'm getting it. Church and good food. They have other food there too. But I eat the pizza because it's not something I eat on the regular. So, I'm going for the junk food, the stuff that we don't have here. But yeah, I love it. I gotta sneak out this week too for church, but don't worry, I got it all figured out. I haven't bought me an outfit. Who knows if I got a whole bunch of church outfits, but I never once again, I'm either coming from mentoring or go, it's not like I'm ever just sitting around not doing nothing. So I have this ideal that I'm gonna wear this pink little outfit, and then I got this, and I got my pink little shoes, and then I also got my other little church bag. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I would say it's going to go a certain way, but at the end of the day, I'm going to go as I am. Because who knows what I'll be doing that day. Who even knows? I'll just, as long as I make it, that's what counts. I just want to be the imagine that God created me to be, the image that God created me to be is all I ever wanted, an eternal life. Hallelujah. Well, and I agree with you. I don't know. Religion is a tricky thing to me because I believe in a higher. I was raised Christian. I go to a Baptist church because that's where I feel comfortable at. Is that my permanent church home? No. But it's my permanent temporary church home. I believe there's a higher power. I believe ourselves that we got it misunderstood how the whole thing works. I do understand we need something to believe in. I understand that all religion was man-made, down to the Bibles. So we don't know what's true, what's not true. We only know what we've been told. I do know that we were given religion as a way to kind of control or teach or keep us, With that being said, I believe there's something out there. I don't even know what it is at this point because I've read so much on it and educated myself so much on it. And that's something you guys can go out there and do. And I'm not there to, give you any leadway in that or make you feel the way I feel because I kind of don't even know how I feel at this point. But I do believe there's something out there, and I'm going to pay homage to it and hope it helps me to be a better person. Is that a fair way for me to say it? I do have a question regarding West Indy, but I don't want to. No, go ahead and say it, honey. No, I'm down with whatever conversations. Are you just having been pregnant? I have a question. Yeah, go ahead, hon. Yeah, no, you're fine. I want to believe there's a higher power because it only makes sense. Because how did we get here? It was through drinking bottled champagne and pregnant and your teenager drinking your alcohol. That was fake wine. Yeah, that was fake wine. And even if it was, people drink wine. People do pharmaceuticals when they're pregnant. Not saying it's right, but I've seen way, way, way worse. She ain't the worst of the worst. She's not. See what it is? It just might be things. These people are doing things that we're not accustomed to. We're not used to. That's why I actually get a little laugh out of her. Because she's definitely not the most savage I've ever met. She's really goofy compared to anything else I deal with or mentor in real life. Yeah, she's real, real goofy. I get a kick out of her in some odd way. You know, it's not, her situation ain't funny. Just her mannerisms are funny. But, yeah, she's definitely not the most savage. But I'll see people in her chat saying, I would never, we get besides ourselves sometimes. And I listen. I'm the first to say I would never do a lot of things, but I'm the first to say that I'll find another way. I'm an imperfect person. But we often get caught up in saying we would never, and it's like a foreign subject to us, but we have to realize West Indy ain't the first West Indy. She ain't the first young lady that didn't want to work. She ain't the first young lady to have babies by men that weren't the best of the best. Men do it every day, so nobody's the first to do anything. We just might not have ran across anybody or know anybody directly that's done it, but none of us are the first to do anything. To put your mind in that headspace. And how did our parents get in parents before then? Oh, listen, Kim, let me let me give you an example. I managed a store. I managed a dollar store once upon a time. And the oddest thing happened. I was going through the candy bars. And we had some old candy bars. And I know this is not related, but kind of related. And I'm like, I'm going to eat one of the candy bars. And it was all types of different candy bars, all types of different chocolate. They were all kept separate, stored separate, whatever it is. I started opening up the candy bars. Some were out of date, some were, it's just certain ways merchandise has to be handled. You got to wait for this to be a write-off. Just with a long story, okay? I started opening up the candy bar because I was trying to be greedy. I wanted to eat one. I'm like, I'll pay for it later, I opened up one and I seen something was going on with it. I opened up another one. Then I went to another brand. Then I went to another candy. Then I went back to another. It was a cluster, like with caramel, nuts, chocolate, things like that. Someone told me to break it open. I broke it open. Do you know there's worms in it? Then at that point, I started opening the other candy. Now these were candies that were stored away from their stored away. Candy bar. They're all sealed in plastic. Okay. I'm like, what the? So now I'm curious because now my mind is working. How did those bugs get in there? Pay attention, Cam. How did those bugs get in there? How? How? Where'd they come from? Where? What? So the moral of the story is when I opened up other candy that was stored away from each other, packaged, a lot of them had the same things going on. There were no signs of the bugs crawling outside of the packages. Now I'm going to piggyback off this. Take a cup of water, your tap water. Let it sit there for a month. As clean as you think that tap water is, there's bacteria, there's organisms that can grow into things in that same tap water, just like that chocolate, just like the earth, just whatever. So when that statement you made, how did we get here? We'd like to say such and such put us here because that's what they told us. We were put here by that person, that person, that person. The higher power made the waters and the lakes and the ground and the birds. I don't know. Is it a scientific thing? Is it a godly thing? Is it a universal thing? That's why I say the information's out there. You research. I've told you 1,000 times, Cam. Just start pulling questions up on the internet, and you'll see one thing will lead to another. It'll lead to another. It'll lead to another, and you'll this big circle of information you'll have, and by the end of the day, you'll be like, okay, well, I thought this was the answer, or this is what we were told was the answer, but here we have this proof, and this proof here, and this proof here, and this proof here. Now, we're only being told this, but we have all these other proofs and all this other evidence. So is this really what happened, or is this just what we're being told, or I don't know. I don't know. Hey, 305. That's why I say, as much as you think you know, good morning, by the way, once you start researching things and you see how it jumps you all over the place, you'll just be like, man, what? You'll find out you question a lot of things. And that's why I love learning, because you'll start on one topic, but you'll have to go through 5,000 other topics just to get the true answer there. And then you'll be like, well, wait, what? Huh? What? just how life works. That's I'm telling you, learning is my passion. That's why I'll be. That's another reason I'm living off 2, 3, 4 hours sleep. Because after my day winds down, whatever it is, I want to learn. I like to learn. I don't care what it is I'm learning about. I'm learning. It intrigues me. It just does something to my mind. Like if me and my man can't learn things together, he ain't the man for me. If we can't watch a good documentary, or I can't come over and say, "Hey, babe, look at you." Ain't the man for me. Because if we can't challenge each other's mind, I don't even want you. I will do that. I just didn't want to Google feeding me false information. Well, see, this is the thing. Pulls information from all different resources. So you're going to have to read on one topic, but from 20 different people to get your answer. You see what I'm saying? So there's always going to be false information or whatever it is, but there's a lot of real information out there. Real, a lot. A lot. And I think when you find out how I call it a rabbit hole of learning, because you think it's just something simple as, oh, I'm just going to read this passage and it's going to have the answer. Well, that's not it. That's not what learning really is. You have to go through this whole slew of, teachings, and you have to basically come up with your own answer, because you have theories, you have proof, you have evidence, you have fiction, nonfiction. You got to put it all together, and that, well, yeah. So to me, learning's fun. That's what makes learning fun. That's all I'm saying. You open my mind with that analogy, wrote it down in the broad statement. You aren't the first, you're not the worst, and you won't be the last. Spoke clarity to me. Talking about West Indy. Yeah, that's true. And like people say all the time, I hear people saying, well, you should get her Cash App shut down. You should have your people called Children's Services, get her kids took away. I'm not going to do that. She's not the worst of the worst. Do you know if they were to come take those children, them children can go into a home and get touched, abused, anything could happen. People, that's why I say people don't really have the understanding of what goes on in real life. Just because Children's Services removes you from your home, do you think you get adopted right away? Like, half the people that are taking these children in are just there for a check. They don't necessarily love these children. They're there for a check. So these people are taking on someone else's children with different trainings, different philosophies, different. So these children just get moved around through the system, and there's a lot of abuse in that system. I won't have my hand in on that. I don't mess with elders. I don't mess with children. I don't mess with the physically disabled, mentally disabled. Certain things are off limits to me. And then, like they're saying, you should get her page shut down, or you should get her Cash App shut down, or you should get her GoFundMe shut down. Who am I to make the decision on who don't deserve money, especially a woman with 2 small children? I'm not no higher power. I don't have that right. That her pockets have nothing to do with my pockets. You see what I'm saying? I don't affect people's homes in that type of way. I don't take it upon myself. Giving life lessons, giving theories, giving what I won't do is one thing. But no, I don't touch people's homes. I suppose, but don't harass or put them in more harm or worse situation. We can laugh at her. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm not digging nobody's hole. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. You dig your hole, you dig your own hole. You won't say I walked you to that hole. And what I did outside of the streets, that was something totally different. That's why I no longer live that life, because I didn't want to abuse people like that. It's not right to treat people like that. People are people. That's why I say when I see people arguing and calling Children's Services, and I come from a whole nother savage way of life. The way I hit on people, you could never. And I'm not bragging. I'm just keeping it real. I've destructed whole families. I don't know what. Girl, I'm so sick about this surgery. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't know if you're a girl or a boy. Honey bun, I just... I forgot about it. You brought it up again. Oh my God. I don't wanna. Maybe just... Listen. Mind over matter. Shake it off, Granny. Shake it off. Shake it off, Granny girl. Honestly, I really like West Indy. I just want her to do better. She tickles me. She does. She tickles me. But you know what I don't like? I don't like the way she talks junk. Let me tell you something. If you're going to be down bad, be down bad. Don't be disrespectful with your hand out. Don't do that. You want to sit there and talk to your people any type of way. Okay, what example can I give? Because I don't like to just put anything directly. You want to talk to people any type of way, but you want them to do everything for you. You know, it's just like, how's that work? You're a girl, okay. Nice to meet you again. Yeah, I don't know. She's a wild one. And I felt bad for her because I realized her man talks to her like that. Her baby's daddy. And I'm sure he still does. And he always will. Because you see, that's how he talks to people. When people don't agree with you or feel your certain way or whatever it is, they belittle people. Like he belittles people. Everybody's stupid. Everybody's this. Everybody's that. Because they don't agree with him. That's not a grown mentality. You can't expect everybody to agree with everything you've done in life, your thoughts, your philosophies. Just like nobody's going to think and feel the same way I do. We are different people. We have different teachings, different ideologies, different upbringings, different understandings, just different. You know what I mean? We are all meant to think, breathe, and move a different way. And you're mad because nobody agrees that you were homeless and now you're this secret king in your mind. And you know, now she's mad because nobody wants to give her money and they're stupid jerks and they're stupid dad and how dare you give me direction and how dare you guide me and how dare you not understand me and how dare you not agree with me. Life don't work like that. Oh, and anyways, I'm sitting here feeling bad for her because I see he's taking her up through there. Once again, she's what, just now getting out her first trimester and they don't even go together. You know what I'm saying? He's single. And I can tell he's handling her. But the way she sits here and handles people, she deserves everything she get. Because one thing I've learned through life, you just can't treat people the way you want to treat them. Life don't work like that. I'm going to say it one more time. You can't treat people the way you want to treat them. You cannot. You can't. You can't. You can't force them. You can't treat, you just can't. There will be a repercussion behind that. Doing to others as you want done to your own self. So, self-explanatory. That's why that's why they're in the situation they're both in. He's sitting there, he's fooling people because I got a job and my luxury condo and I can sit here and I can pronounce my words and I can convince you I'm this person and I can convince you I'm that person. You're just a gutter bucket just like everyone else. You're not doing anything different. You're not, bro, you just started paying your own bills recently. You know what I'm saying? You're not. But people get food. People are lonely. People want to be part of conversations. People just want to be. So that's how you end up, you know. My live critiques are day of when I stream her. I reference back to certain clips, but I can't just go back to every single detail. And it's not an attack, it's a comedy. Listen, let me show you what my last video consisted of. Oh my God, where'd the page go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 things I wrote down. I went through her video and grabbed 9 things. And I ran it. Off of 9 things she said. I ran it. I ran a video. That's how easy her videos are. You can skip through her video. Go end up any place and I guarantee wherever you're going to end up at, she's going to give you something to talk about. It ain't hard. It ain't, you know, she and her man, they make themselves easy content. That's what it is. They make themselves easy content. Great if I could send you my notebook. A lot of people, just like people don't have time to watch my whole live or watch my whole video. I don't have time to watch anybody's neither. But the thing about her, since she's so stuck on stupid, You can skip to the 5 minute mark. You can skip to the 10 minute mark. You can skip to the hour mark. You can skip to the 2 hour and 26 minute mark. Wherever you land at, you're gonna have something to work with. You ain't got to watch her whole video. It's a crash out through the whole video. You have options. And the old videos, she was begging, listen. And that's why I say she's just fooling her new subs. That's all she's doing. Her and her man, they're lying to themselves. You know what I mean? It just is what it is. Whatever. Like, did you guys see that live he did about me where he talked about I had this man? Are you familiar with what I'm talking about? Oh God, Alinda, it ain't gonna go well, and I'm so over it. But thank you, hun. It's not gonna go well though. It's gonna be ugly. I'm gonna show you guys the after effect. I'm gonna actually take a picture and show you, and then you're gonna see the swelling. Oh, you guys will be here. It's gonna take over a year to heal. So it's not, and let's hope it doesn't. My body doesn't reject the bone. I'm doing 2 surgeries today. She's basically repeating the same cycle. 2022, she was renting a home, pregnant with Momo. This is the thing about her, y'all. This is the thing about her. What's his channel? We don't say his name over here. We ain't building him up over here. We ain't. We ain't. And not being distasteful to you or anything like that, but we don't. See, her page is already up and running. I ain't building a bum up. I'm sorry. So it's nothing towards you. And he ain't even doing what he's supposed to be doing right by his baby mama. So he definitely ain't going to power up. No. Oh, Big Red, I'm past that, girl. Listen, I have psyched myself out ever since yesterday. Girl, I'm just traumatized. I'm so traumatized. And I got to get it done while I'm up. So I'm just like, I'm weirded out. Now, this is the thing, y'all. What is this? This is the thing, y'all. She has been doing this. She talks about on her live she did yesterday. You guys don't know me. If you guys go back and watch all her videos, all her lives, one thing is she's consistent on telling the truth about herself. She spent more time unhoused and living with others than she did having her own. She has convinced herself that she's this miraculous, I don't know what, like her man's the Messiah, she's the next Messiah as well. And it's just a reality to what her real problem is. She's the common denominator. She's the problem. She's the situation. You can sit there and blame it on, like she's talking about it's her dad's job. Why he ain't taking care of the grandkids. Her dad ain't got to do nothing. Her mama ain't got to do nothing. Just like my grandkids, in all actuality, if I don't want to buy them nothing, I ain't got to. If I don't even want to go pick them up, I ain't got to. They have parents. Parents. My grandkids, I'm their parents' parent. My obligation to my grandkids is to love them. That's it and that's all. And I can do what I want. So she got confused thinking everybody's supposed to take care of her. What the reality is, she just don't want to take care of herself. That's it. But like I said, she ain't the first, she ain't the last. She thinks she's in the sector like DDG or India Love. Child, listen, she came from a shelter, her and her man. So I don't know. I don't know. That's why I don't understand everyone he's been. Wait a minute. That's why I don't understand why everyone be on the BD neck. So you don't understand why everybody's saying things to the BD? Is that what you meant by that? Why they're saying things to the BD? Yeah, she's disrespectful when she talked about getting kicked out of shelters, people's homes. She doesn't take... She's told on herself several times on how she was really living. The videos are out there. I myself, I don't have the time to go edit and record it and drop it down and post it in a video. If you've seen it, you've seen it. If you don't, you didn't. But she has told on herself in so many lives that how bad she was even living, where it's just pathetic. What she prides herself on, I guess. But if you're wondering why people are going so hard on the baby's dad, because as a man, he kind of took advantage of her. He knew she was off. He knew she was not built right, all this other stuff. He's grown, almost 50. She's in her early 30s. He's so busy trying to get his rocks off, he couldn't get his rocks off and just go home. You went ahead and impregnated the lady. You're sitting here watching her son raise her other son. You're sitting here watching all these things. You knew you weren't in a situation to help her. You knew you weren't going to help her. You see what I'm saying? The reason he's messing with her because she's easy. She don't require love. She don't require gifts. She don't require attention. She don't require anything. You whisper something to her ear and she cocked it all open. So yeah, I feel like he kind of targeted her in a way. But you got to think about it in all reality. He's trying to tell the world he's this man. Well, if you was this man, you'd have all these baddies on your nutsack. That's the reality. But you don't. See, you have to choose from who you choose from. It's not like you have a choice of many. You have to choose who you choose. You have to like who likes you. Just because you build this image of who you are in your head, just because you say it, don't make it so. I do pray her mind and soul for the kids, cause she gotta be a mom. That's right. That's right. Men do that. Men do that though at any age. As a woman mother, she should know better. Well, once again, it took two. She didn't get pregnant by herself. She did not get pregnant by herself. And he's already a man that has 5 children. Now, here's another thing. This is an experienced man. You have 5 children, 5 different mothers. Sir, you're not trying to tell me all 5 of those women didn't value you as the man you needed to be? No, you were the common denominator. Now, as a man, just like any other man, you're supposed to be the stronghold. You're supposed to be the foundation of the family. You allowed yourself, for whatever reason, to become homeless. When you were an able-bodied individual, do you know how many of our parents could have gave up and said, you could have gave up? Aaron, why didn't you go homeless? Why didn't you? Sai, why didn't you go homeless? Big Red, why didn't you go homeless? My bills alone could drive me into homelessness. Why didn't you guys go homeless? Just tell me. And I'm not being funny. I mean, let's just be real. We all had the same opportunity. We all have life in different ways. But we didn't go homeless. We didn't allow that to happen. So no, I can't make, no. No. It's like we want to make special exceptions. It's okay for this person. It's okay. But it's not okay for you. It's not okay for you. It's not okay for you. You got to handle your business. You got to handle yours. I mean, I know people who work 3-4 jobs, get no sleep. I know people with terminal illnesses that are on their way to having to go to work every single day. I can't. No, I'm not. I'm not doing that. I'm not, He literally watching her stress out, and he's okay with it. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy work. The whole thing is crazy work. The whole thing is crazy work. The whole thing is just crazy. Weird. And I can expect this from her, okay? But not a grown man. And not a grown man with 5 children. I just can't. I just can't. I just can't. My daddy didn't fall weak. My daddy never gave up. And my dad never put himself in situations to... We all have the same chance. The same thing can happen to all of us. But why hasn't it happened? The same thing happened to all of us. But why hasn't it happened? I need help. I can't beg for help. I got to make it happen and do... Listen, I got to go to work next week. It ain't even been a month. I got to go to work next week. I've had to hide a whole pregnancy and everything because I knew that life is life in me so bad I can't even take 3 months, 6 months, 6 weeks. I can't do none of that. I realized when I got into this whole thing that I was going to have to go to work. You know where my job thinks I'm at right now? On vacay. They think I'm on vacation. They don't even know I birthed the whole baby. Because if they did, they wouldn't even be letting me come back to work. Going homeless was not an option for us. We did what we had to do. When I was ill and couldn't contribute financially, my hubby got a part-time job and made sure dinner was done. Amen. Like I did with my surgery. Man, listen, I be getting these surgery, like this surgery alone. Let's not even talk about this surgery alone. This surgery alone. Because, you use your mouth to talk. I'm not even supposed to be going to work for a couple months. I'm going back to work Monday. This surgery was initially scheduled for a Wednesday, and I was going to go back to work Thursday, you know, because things in my life cost so much. I can't lay down. I can't do any of that. I can't do any of that. When you got $30,000 problems, and that's just one of them, you can't lay down. So anytime just like when I knew I was gonna do this thing with this baby, I said, "Boy, you're having a baby, and you're old, and you know, it it's different when you're doing it as a family, and here's the baby's dad. I'm doing this for someone else. You see what I'm saying? So I knew life was never gonna stop life for me. I knew I was gonna go through 20,000 things. I knew a chance I was jeopardizing my own health, my own life, my own. Meanwhile, while I'm doing all this, now I'm responsible for someone else in my belly that ain't even mine. And meanwhile, life's still hitting me. When I was pregnant and I got that $30,000 bill, and wait a minute, it was more than that. I had to negotiate to get that number down. That's just one of the bills. That's not to mention everything else that I got to do that costs thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands. And we're like 20, 30, 40, 50,000. It's just like, what the fuck? Erin is so right. Do she think she should sell herself to keep a roof over her head? Yeah, I had the baby. We were going to go a month early anyways. We were gonna go a month early, but I went two. So I had a UTI because all the surgeries I have. I had a UTI. The UTI turned into a bladder infection, and it was this close to getting to my kidneys, and I became antibiotic resistant because of all the dental surgeries like I'm going to get done today. So basically, that there alone set me into labor. We knew prior, like 2 weeks into it, 2 weeks prior, all the signs were there that it was happening. I was already getting the Braxton Hicks. Um, I know the signs. I've birthed multiple children. I already knew. The doctor kind of knew that was going to happen, so I took a steroid course of steroid shots to mature the lungs, to mature this, to mature that. That was kind of, the doctor kind of didn't know if he wanted to do it or not, because he's like, this is really, we only want to give you these steroids once, and it only works. I don't want to say it only works, but it's beneficial if you do it within this amount of time, and whatever it is. We don't really like to give that second set of shots. Not enough studies have been done behind it. And what if we give you this steroid shot and you don't end up going early, but then we need to give you the shot while you're in the hospital because we know you're going to go early anyways. So it was all hit or miss, but the fact that I had got the shots within the time frame, it's like the doctor just knew, hey, either we're going to take this shot now or we're not, because if you go at this point, the baby's just not developed enough. I mean, it's just what it is. You've got it up to almost 5 pounds. It is what it is, but the lungs aren't developed. So it all worked out. But yes, the baby's in the hospital. I won't say it's not my baby, but I will not say it's not my baby. It was never my baby. So that's more of like a private thing, not my baby. And then I went through depression because of that. I'm still going through the postpartum crap. It's kind of weird when you have a baby, and even though I knew it wasn't my baby the whole time, but now I find myself waking up in the middle of the night looking for the baby, making sure I'm not laying on the baby, and I don't even have the baby. So that there alone is a total mind, and not saying I wanted the baby, because if I wanted other children, I would have had my own. But it's just something, and people don't realize the amount of counseling. It wasn't just like you went there and, I had to go through a lot with a counselor, a psychiatrist. You have to get approved to do this, and especially at this age. And it's not like I was donating for just some random person. I was doing it for a family member. So that's what slid it all through the crack. But not slid it through the crack. There's a lot of steps that have to be made. And since I was doing it for a family member, that's what pushed it through. Now, if I were doing it for anybody else, it would have been a no go because of my age alone. But since it was for a family member, but yeah, you have to go through this psychological testing and because yeah, it's different. It was an experience. I'm so sorry I didn't mean. No, 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 it's okay. But no, I just don't think people realize that it. I don't know if you were aware that it wasn't my baby. Some people knew, some people didn't know. And at the time when I started doing baby videos and they were fake, I was actually pregnant or getting. There was a time that we did it and it didn't take and ah. So everything I've basically been trained to get to this point I am. It isn't easy. I still find myself waking up looking for a baby, making sure I'm not laying on it. I still part of that nurturing mother thing is there, but there's a harsh reality that it ain't my baby, but your body just biologically just does certain things and yeah, it ain't for everyone. It's not. It's not for everyone. The mental's a little different because just as much as I didn't want the baby, I feel like there's something missing, and now I have to learn my boundaries with the parents. I there was a point, the baby's still in the hospital, and there was a point where I found myself pulling up to the hospital acting crazy, like, what's going on? Why is the baby's face swollen? And I need answers, and I had to realize, that hey, you're overstepping your bounds. You are not the parent. You're not. It's okay to be concerned, but you're not the parent. And yeah, you're gonna be in the child's life, and yeah, you guys share the same DNA, but you are not the parent. These things are not your concern. You know, hormones for sure. Oh yeah, it's been different. And now one thing I'm feeling is, which is weird, is I'm nauseated a lot. That being kind of weird. Like I'm more nauseated now than when I was, and I find myself throwing up at least once every day or two. That's kind of weird to me. I don't know what the heck that's about, but I don't know. Just different. But as for my private part, that feels fine. My belly's ruined forever, but yeah, my belly's ruined, y'all. My belly's ruined. I didn't ever get no stitches or nothing like that. My belly's ruined. It's definitely ruined. It's definitely ruined, y'all. People didn't think I got more stretch marks. You just can't see because of the light. You see that? Those stretch marks are deep. Almost 5. And the SCX I won't share because it's not my baby. It's not mine. But we knew what it was. You can pick all that out. Of course, you got to get ultrasounds because once again, anything could happen. But when you're doing stuff like that, the amount of tests it goes through and microscopes it goes under. So you can pick the SCX. You can pick if you want 2. You can pick if you want 3. You can pick the race you want. You can pick any of that. Coming from a family, don't want to give a life story, but my bio dad left before I was born. My dad got my mom, and I was less than one. Been my whole been there my whole life, and name on my birth certificate. Amen to that. You get that tummy back tight. You are very athletic, girl. I don't know. I don't know. In my mind, I was gonna look a whole lot better. It was gonna be a whole lot easier. So I don't know. I'm definitely gonna have. I always had a little mom pouch because I have 10-pound babies and bigger. This baby wasn't even that big, but I just don't think that, at this age, I know it shouldn't have been done. I knew I was pulling a rabbit out of the hat. I myself didn't even think we were going to make it all the way because we ran into so many technical difficulties along the way. So I guess I'm glad that even 2 months early was We were already going to go a month early. So I guess 2 months early, which technically we'll call a month because we were going to go a month, but in reality, 2 months. I kind of feel like I failed on that because I didn't make it to the mark I was going to make. But once again, it was because of that antibiotic resistance and, oh God, it was a chain reaction. I don't know. It was an experience. It really was. And I'm not saying I didn't like it. I didn't like it. Once again, I know you guys want me to lie or whatever. I did not like it, because it's weird because you got something moving inside you that's not yours. So it's kind of irritating because if it's your own, you're bonded with it. You're like, oh, my baby. And, but when you're in a situation like that, you're not like, it's just the whole thing is, I don't know. Will your will your baby know you birthed him or her? It's not my baby at all. It's not my baby at all. My kids looking for my real mom, and they opening up old feelings. I want to say no. We got a sister I'm trying to find, and man, it's crazy work. We ain't found her yet, and we've hired everybody under the sun, and we can't find her nowhere. I'm so glad that the baby's fine and you are too. Yeah, the baby's making benchmarks that needs to be made. I found myself going to the hospital every day and calling the hospital and stuff like that. And on one of the visits, I felt kind of awkward because I realized I was invading on the parents. I don't know if anybody heard me say when I had the baby how I was kind of irritated because everybody was in my room with the baby and stuff like that. The parents were in the room, and I didn't get no me time. I needed me time. I needed quiet time. And then to piggyback around, when the baby was born, and I found myself going to check on the baby all the time, I realized I was invading on the parents. My job was done. I was invading on them. That's their thing. I have no business showing up. And even though we're related, whatever it is, I have no business. That's not my child. I got to let them have their moment. That's their thing. All I was, a carrier. That's all I was. That's all I was. Nothing else, nothing more. How did you do it? What made up do it? What happened? How did you do it? What made you do it? I'm sorry. I'm trying to answer. I'm sorry. Do you think you might need some kind of therapy? Because that's a lot. Yeah, therapy. All this has been provided for. All this is provided. I did therapy before. I did therapy this whole time. Y'all just didn't know it. Therapy, counseling. Before we even got approved through this, I had to do therapy. This was actually a couple-year process. So something that we were going through. But yes, everything has been paid for. I'll have therapy, and it only lasts for a certain amount of time, of course. We agreed on a certain thing. And at that point, if it's something I still need therapy for, I'll continue it on my own. I'm asking what made you have a baby for someone, um, and especially at this age, because the person I did it for, I gotta get ready in a minute, y'all. The person I did it for, they can't carry their baby full term. All their babies have been born at 1 or 2 pounds, two being the highest. And when you're having a baby that small, you kind of don't really know what's going to happen with a child till they get of a certain age. There's, as much as there's a science, there's kind of not a science to it. So I myself always wanted to have more children, but I didn't because I understood my situation. I'm not talking about financial, nothing like that. I just understood that I produced children with mental health, and I didn't want to bring a bunch of children into mental health because I understand they have to live that life with mental health. But I knew that I did want to birth another baby. I wanted to go through the process. You know, I wish I could have had my own. I could have, but then again, why chance it? I didn't want to use my own eggs and give them my eggs. And then if something's wrong with the baby or gonna be wrong with the baby, I'm definitely not gonna let you have the baby. You know, I just not into that. You know, but I decided it was something I would do. I would help them. You know, I had to go through a lot of testing. I had to knock out all these surgeries. I don't know if anybody remembers. I had to do a triple stomach surgery. I had to get checked everything. The C word is genetic for me. Yes, I do smoke. I'm not gonna lie, but the C word is genetic for me. So before I could even do this, I had to get my stomach tested for the C word. I had to get my liver tested for the C word. I had to get my breast. I had to get my private part, my lungs. Let me see, my liver, stomach, intestines, colon. I had to get everything basically tested on my whole body because they wouldn't even move forward on that fact alone. So then after we got that done, no, we did that last. No, we did that twice actually. Because in between, you still got to do the counseling, you still got to do this, you still got to do this. The mother has to be prepped. She has to take shots, she has to take medicine because we're using her eggs. So really, I'm not going through nothing but just the counseling, the preparing, and I had to handle what I had to handle on my end. One good thing about this is the babies in your family, and you'll still get to see it. Yeah, I'll still get to see it. I'll still get to see it. I had to really pull back because one time they called me and they said the baby's face was swollen, and I went to that hospital so gosh darn quick, and I was so irate, and I knew what it was, but it just kind of shocked me, and it, you know, because once again I'm a woman, and it kind of feels like my baby, but I knew it wasn't my baby. You know, the only thing that made it feel like it was mine because it was in me, but I knew it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? But just to see this, you know, in your mind, you're like, yeah, you got to rush to this hospital. This is something you birthed. And I was, you guys, I was invading. And I know I was. And I have to pull back. And that's why you guys don't hear me talk about it a lot. And it's a process. It's a process. It's a process. I cry about it a little. It's a process. Yes, I will definitely be doing more counseling. It's a process. Because now you kind of feel like something's missing. And I don't know. You always be protective of the baby. That will never go away. Yeah, I've had to, it's hard because I want to call the parents all the time. You know, first, I like send me pictures all the time. Like I said, I wasn't going to the hospital all the time. And I still could. I haven't been banned from going or anything, you know. But I've just had to realize it's not my place, it's not my child. It ain't. Keep talking about it, that's very important. I don't want to talk about it no more. Smoke my cigarette. I don't want to talk about it no more. I'm still like in mid influx of emotions, and I don't know. And I don't even know what I'm specifically bothered about. I just know I'm sensitive about it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, y'all. But that's why I haven't talked about it like lately. You know, I don't know. It's a little different. A little something I never thought I would go through. And the fact that I even went through this, and you know, I don't know. That's why I would never do it again if I was younger. And that's why I said people must truly be doing this for money because it's like really a total mind if you blank K. You know, it's yeah, it ain't for everyone. It ain't. Hey Harold, Granny, is the sun shining, or is that just your smile? Aww, definitely ain't no smile. I've cried like 5 times. Yeah, you guys. So I got a lot of things going on. I just, don't tell you guys everything, but I have more things going on than you think, and I still have to get up. I still have to make it happen. I still have to do whatever. Doesn't matter how I feel. It doesn't matter how old I am. It doesn't matter how sad I am. It doesn't matter what dark place I'm in. It doesn't matter. I still have to move forward, and it is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. How long is your procedure? We're going to find out today. It usually takes hours. The lady we're using today, see, my dentist has kind of already talked to the lady that she's brought in to do it, and she's explained, she has directed her on how it's to be done. So we found a shortcut. We're not guaranteeing anything. We don't know how it's gonna work. My surgery's supposed to start at 2. It most likely won't start at 2. It'll start before that. But it's going to be a couple hours. I'm going to be up, and it's going to be ugly. It's going to be very, very ugly. I don't know if I'm a warrior. I'm a human, and I break like everyone else. Heck, I was just crying because I couldn't help a child and buy him school clothes the other day. It hurt me to the heart. I hope so. The dentist was telling me, we did a phone call yesterday, and she's like, we've done this before. She said, but, And I said, yeah, I know. And she just basically stating, we're walking into dangerous territories because your work is so extensive. We're not even doing the basic bone replacement. So you know what it is. You have 24 hours to think about it till you come here. But you need it done. If not, this is what's going to happen. But, with any surgery, there's always a chance of anything. So I guess she's like, hey, if you're going to back out, sis, this is the time. I'm like, yeah, I want to back out, but no, I can't. And the healing time is 6 weeks or more. No, the healing time is 6 months to over a year. 6 months. And that I've had this surgery done several times, and I've never healed in 6 months, ever. 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 I'm still not even healed from the last one. I'm not. I don't know if you guys can see. I got like a hole right here. I don't know if you guys can. Like this big where they just drilled crazy, crazy work. Yeah, it's not. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it ain't no easy thing. So that's why I say people that's been watching me, you wonder why my speech. See, sometimes I got to catch myself why my smile's crooked. Everything is numb. I still can't even feel certain parts of my mouth from the last surgery. I mean, I'm going through. I don't want to say I'm going through a lot because that would be a freaking lie, but I'm going through enough right now. And to keep getting hit with these surgeries when this part of your mouth ain't even working right, and this part of your mouth ain't even working right, and it just gets to be a lot. Granny, when you gave the baby away, did you cry? Well, it's not like I technically ever gave the baby away. All I did was leave the hospital without the baby. If that makes sense. I'm just wondering, maybe for my own healing, I'm not trying to be rude. My definition of a warrior's ability to bounce back and stay stuck when life shows up. Amen, Joy. So it's not like we met somewhere and we were like, here, take your baby, your turn. All I did was leave the hospital. The baby's still at the hospital. So whatever paperwork. There's no birth certificates with my names on it. We didn't even do a, you know, how you do the newspaper thing. We didn't even do that. I told them I didn't want to do that. And they're like, "Are you sure you want to do it? Like something to keep, you know, like your memorabilia?" I said, "No, because it's not my baby. So I don't want to put in the newspaper as if I birthed the baby and have that because it's not my baby. I don't need that memory. You know, if you guys want to give me some trinkets, like some bracelets, you know, stuff like that, I got bracelets to match the baby's bracelets, hospital bands, and I got paperwork. You know, we were all there. We all know we did this, but, you know, I don't know. Agreed, Joy. I was just wondering. I didn't mean no harm. Yeah, I cried. I cried when the baby came out. You know, I it was a lot of people in the room. It was a lot of doctors because nobody really knew what was going to happen. My age alone, I'm over 50. My age alone put me in high risk of a lot of things. You guys, I don't know if I told you, but I know a 20-year-old that had a baby and had a stroke during the process. Right now, because of the surgery I need, which came up during the pregnancy, I'm in high risk for stroke right now as we speak, just because of these surgeries I need. This is related to all of this. People don't realize this. Um, so at one point they were trying to give me the baby. Did I want to hold the baby? And did I want to do this? And I don't know what I wanted to do, and it ain't mine. And the whole thing was just, I don't know. It was kind of all over the place. Like what you're expecting it to be, it wasn't, and like you're told what to expect, but it's different when it happens, and you know, I don't know. I don't even know where to start at. I'd never do it again, ever, ever, ever. Yeah, I did. The UTI set it off. The UTI. I'm antibiotic resistant because all the dental surgeries. Getting ready to have one today. So my UTI turned into a bladder infection, which sent me into labor. That was the sign. That's why I was sick. That's why I wasn't eating. I was starting to have contractions. It was all happening. I watch your videos a lot. Matt, a lot. Matter of fact, every day you help so many people. In there anything that I can do for you? No, I don't. I don't ask for much. Only thing I ask, you know, I'm just trying to grow this channel. I'll never ask for donations. I'll never do any of that. Share my actual videos I make, not my lives. Share my videos on your other social media sites. This money here is what I use to help the children. I help the community. I buy elders groceries. I buy children school clothes. I help them pay their utilities. You know, if I'm helping them, it's because something's wrong in the house. I send them to doctors. I do whatever. This here money is money that I don't have to pull directly out of my pocket. Everything else comes directly out of my pocket. I'm only one person. So just help me to get this channel up so I can help more people. That's all I ask. I don't want you guys to donate. I don't want you to help me buy anybody any school clothes because this is my passion. Just help me to get this channel up and running, and that's all I ask. Thank you, Big Red. I'm gonna head out. Thank you. I love you. I love you. I love you. And thanks for asking if there's anything you can do. You know, it's something I gotta go through. Whatever I got going on in life, just like West India or whoever it is that we're talking about, we all have to handle our own stuff. You know, that's the reality of it. And I don't expect anybody to fix my problems, and they can't. You know, that's why I don't even come on here and tell my problems because you guys wouldn't know what to do anyways. So if I come on here, I'm having a bad day, or you don't see me, or whatever it is, just know I'm going through something. And I'm going through something from the minute I wake up to the time I go to bed. You guys just don't know it. I just come on here with a smiley face. I'm here to show you that regardless of what you're going through, you can still push through. Do I want to push through? No, I'm kind of at the point where sometimes check on your people. But I still have to get up and do what I have to do every day, regardless of what I have going on. But listen, I love you guys. Have an amazing day. Have an amazing weekend. You guys share my videos that I make, my actual videos. Share them. Like I said, if you have Facebook, wherever you can share them at, please share them. Help me to get my channel out there. Help me to get more views. That helps me help other people without me going poor. Because that's what I'm doing, is breaking my own bank. Which that, once again, this here is my own pocket. But You know what I mean? It's this here I consider free money. Thank you, Big Red. This here I consider free money. So I don't consider it coming directly out of my pocket. So let's say I make three, four, 500 here. I'm gonna spend this three, 400, 500, and I'm gonna match that out of my own pocket. But this is here is also my own pocket money, but it's just less I have to pull out of my own pocket. Does that make sense? So you're still gonna get the same 1,000 or 2,000 or whatever, but this will deduct a little bit from it. Is that a fair way? Does that make sense? Thank you, Big Red. I love you guys. I have to get ready because I have to go see one doctor. I have to get this approval. I have to be there at 11. I have to be this doctor at 11. I have to be at my dental surgeon at 12. Surgery's not going to start, not supposed to start till 2, but that's just the time frame they give you. It's really going to pop off before that. I will show a picture or I'll do something to let you know the surgery's done and I'll let you know how long it took. I'm not sure if I'm even going to be able to talk. I'm not sure what the heck. I don't know how this is going to, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's not a, it's not a pleasurable thing. And I'm getting it done while I'm awake. It's going to be very bad. It's going to be very hard. It's going to be, God dang it. Somebody go do it for me. I'll pay you. No, I'm going with myself. I'm going with myself. I'm driving myself. I'm going by myself. I'm going to be a big girl. I can't keep having my children take off every time I'm sorry, you guys, when you hear me stutter or something, my mouth is just off. I'm just going through a lot right now with this mouth of mine. But, I can't have them take off every time they need something. I need something or whatever it is. You know, I am a woman up in age, so I require a lot. But yeah, I'm going like a big girl, y'all. So let me get prepared. I got to go to one doctor. They got to sign off on the paper because in my other doctor's eyes, I'm still technically pregnant, and he's still going under the guidelines of what this doctor says. Because remember, I had the baby early, and then we rescheduled and all this stuff. I'm still supposed to be pregnant right now, so everything still depends on this maternity doctor. So I can go see this maternity doctor, and if something don't look right, he's gonna say, "Hey, no, you can't get it." And he has to sign. I have to take this paper from him to the dental surgeon. So we don't even know what the heck is gonna happen. So we're gonna cross our fingers that I even get approved from this one doctor to, you know what I mean. And then when we get there, we gotta make sure the blood pressure's right. We gotta make sure a lot of things are right because this is still a dangerous surgery. So if anything is thrown off, it's not getting done, and it's something we can't postpone no longer. We postponed it 3 times, 2 or 3 times already. So it's like we're like in the do or die phase. We have to make it happen. So I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna get dressed. I'm gonna bathe, get dressed, calm myself, get these doctor appointments going. I will let you know later on. We're going to hope and pray it gets done today. Thanks for being here. Thanks for supporting. I love you guys. Thanks for just chit chatting. I know I'm not like the most exciting person, but I appreciate you guys for being here. Thanks for all the prayers, and I just love you guys in general. In general. In general. I just love you guys in general. I love you guys. So, thank you. You guys will see me later in some form or fashion. I got a video made. It's already up there, but I haven't put a title up there. I haven't done anything yet, but you guys please watch it. Hype my video. When you guys hype my video, that also helps people to see my videos. So I love you guys. I'll see you later. Prayers. Granny got this. I'm going to do it. I love you guys. Let's pray to God I get these 2 surgeries done. Let's pray to God, pray to God, pray to God. Because once I finish these, and then I still owe a little bit of money. Like I said, I need $29,000 worth of surgery. I've showed the receipts. I'm not asking you guys for money. I'm not. I'm paying for it myself. But once I get this done and get this paid, then I can move on to the other part of the surgery. I'm doing half now and the other half because I'm just a minimum wage working person. I'm not rich. I don't have 30 grand to give all at once. And sometimes I do got to make some payments. So fingers crossed. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. I love you guys. I love you. I love you. I love you. Love you. Let me start my day. Love you. Have a good weekend. I shall be back. Hey, girl, hey. I love you guys.